The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
It is game day, baby. Let's go. We'll talk Jets, Pats, and of course, we have a random Haason Reddick update. Nick Faria is going to join us in his weekly spot. So, Jet fans, let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. It is game day. We finally made it. We have waited a long time for a home opener like the one we have tonight. The Jets are asking all fans to be in their seats early for all the pregame festivities. The reality is, on a weeknight, trying to get 80,000 people into the building when everyone rushes the gate with just 20 minutes before kickoff, that's not what we want tonight. So get in early if you're going to the game, and make sure you get there even earlier if you're coming to L5, the tailgate with me and a bunch of Asmaniacs. Free event. All the info is available on my social accounts, including my YouTube community post from this morning. BYOB, BYOF, Jersey Burn is going down at approximately 6:30. So I will see you at L5. Don't park near the pole at L5. Park in the general area, L6, L7, L8, and we will see you there later tonight. And if you still need tickets, promo code Jake Asman on SeatGeek, either the app or the website, will save you $20 with your first purchase. So if you're going and you haven't bought tickets yet, use SeatGeek. All right, here we go. Let's bring on Nick Faria in his weekly spot. Nick, you come on every Thursday. Jets have 2 Thursday night games this season. Tonight's the first. Let's go, baby. How you feeling?
It's going to be a great and exciting time. I think this is the one game. I said it yesterday on a couple of shows. I'll keep saying it today. This is the culmination of 20 years, over 2 decades worth of being the punching bag for the New England Patriots. Now the tides have turned. Now everything has changed. It's flipped. It's the opportunity for the Jets to go out and beat down on the Patriots unlike anything we have seen before.
100%. And look, that's the mentality I hope the Jets have. I know we as fans are a little nervous about the Jets being not only expected to win, but they're a 6.5, 7-point favorite in a lot of places, which is obviously uncharted territory for this coaching staff, most of the players on this team, and really most fans. It has been a long time since the Jets were this big of a favorite in a game that they're supposed to win.
Listen, this is the thing. This is when you bring in Aaron Rodgers. This was going to happen. And this is what I keep talking about where, it hasn't been the cleanest first 2 weeks. You lose to the San Francisco 49ers on the road. You play a hard-fought game against the Titans in which you didn't exactly look like world beaters, period. But you're 1-1. It's not the end of the world. You're 1-1. You're right where you need to be at the start of the season. And at this point, you're taking on a team in the Patriots that, yes, they have overachieved. They've looked really good in the first 2 games compared to what people were expecting of them going into the 2024 season. But the difference in talent is very, very stark. It is just completely different than what it has been over the last few years. And when you just base that understanding off of this game, Aaron Rodgers or Jacoby Brissett, Breece Hall or Ramondre Stevenson, Garrett Wilson or whoever is the number 1 receiver for the Patriots, There is no contest here. The Jets should be able to roll because they have the talent to do so.
If the Jets are going to roll like you're predicting them to do so, Nick, give us the game script. Give us the ideal plan for this vision you see that we're all trying to manifest here on a Thursday morning. Give us how that happens.
Well, I think everyone knows what the Patriots' game plan is going to be. They are not a team that's going to throw the ball 30, 35 times a game and then put up 350 yards and just gash opponents' secondaries. They don't have the receiving core for it. They also don't have the quarterback for it. So in that regard, no, you're not going to see a lot of passing from New England's offense. What they're going to do is the same thing they've done the last 2 weeks. Run the ball effectively, run the ball consistently, whether it's Stevenson, whether it's Antonio Gibson, whether it's actually Jacoby Brissett. Run the ball effectively, control the clock, and force opposing offenses to make mistakes later on in games when they're trying to press without a lot of time on their hand. And if I'm the Jets, and we all know what's coming, I do the one thing to make sure that they are not going to be able to run the football, and that is putting 7, 8, maybe even 9 guys in the box to make sure there will be no one beating the Jets defense against the run today. They've struggled with that the last couple of years, but it's mostly been because the Jets have said, hey, we're going to stop the pass, and we're going to stop the pass effectively better than almost anyone else in the National Football League. We'll give up the run because most teams don't want to stick with the run anymore. The Patriots are a different story. If the Jets are able to blow out the Patriots, which they absolutely should, the first start is just manning the box, overloading the box, just shutting down the Patriots' run game, and then allowing your offense to figure things out. I'm not saying that this offense should put up 50 points. I think they should, because the Patriots' defense, while good, it's not great. They should be able to succeed successfully. But we know early on in the season, rust is a factor. They're still getting to know each other. They're still getting and building that chemistry needed for later on in the season. So as long as they stop the run, this should be a laugher. The Patriots do not have the weaponry to get in a shootout with Aaron Rodgers. They just don't.
Nick, when it comes to some of the matchups here that you're looking at, what are the big things going into this game that stick out to you?
Well, I think the one thing, and this kind of happened recently over the last couple of days, but the Jets' defensive line is decimated right now. No Haason Reddick, Jermaine Johnson tears his Achilles, just an awful injury to a great player and a great person. But the Patriots aren't exactly healthy on their offensive line either. You have 2 starters, including the starting left tackle, out for today's game. 2 other offensive linemen are questionable going into the matchup. I know David Andrews is expected to play, but still, you're looking at 3 of 5 starting offensive linemen not playing in that game for the New England Patriots. So I look at this contest, I look at what the Patriots are trying to do, and I don't see them able to run the ball effectively as long as the Jets put a big focus on it. That means Will McDonald is going to have a big game. We're going to have to see more of Takk McKinley. McKinley was excellent in the preseason and training camp, earned his roster spot. He's going to have to show that out right now on Thursday night because the Jets do not have a complete edge rusher. Will McDonald is the speed guy. Michael Clemens is the run defender. But Takk McKinley is that kind of player that they are going to need to rely on to get after the passer in a complete way. If this defensive line dominates with the way they should, even with all the injuries, even with all the absences, this game is going to be a laugher.
If you're watching live right now, happy game day. Smash the like button, click the subscribe button, and I want to thank the audience, all the Asmaniacs, for helping this YouTube channel reach 38,000 subscribers. And thanks to everyone for the birthday wishes yesterday. The outpouring of love from the Jet faithful was incredible. Shout out to Fireman Ed, by the way. His birthday's today. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it, my man. All right, the Jets are throwing me a birthday party tonight. It's at MetLife Stadium. Be in your seats early, baby.
Way to do it. It's a way to do it.
Now, let me ask you this about the offense, right? Based on some of the comments Rodgers made earlier in the week about how they don't want to start slow, he even said, hey, it'd be a boondoggle to keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. I think they come out and they throw early in this game. What are you expecting there? Who are some of the players to watch if they do decide to come out and on first and second down try and throw beyond the sticks?
Well, the 2 guys that I'm looking at are Allen Lazard and Mike Williams. There's going to be some people that expect Garrett Wilson to have a big day today. I am not one of those people. Christian Gonzalez has been excellent when he is healthy on the football field. And if I'm the Patriots, my expectation is I'm going to try and take away the best receiving threat on their offense. So that means Gonzalez is going to go up against Garrett Wilson. Do I think Wilson can still win this matchup and get his own throughout the entire contest? Of course. But, whether it's 5 catches for 60 yards or 4 catches for 70 yards, whatever it is, I don't see him being the true top receiver that we know him to be going up against a great corner like this. This isn't to say that Garrett Wilson's bad. It's just that Gonzalez is just really freaking good over the last 2 years. Now, with that, the Jets are going to have to rely on everyone else on the offense. I think we're going to see a lot more Mike Williams. We're going to see a lot more Allen Lazard. And I think we saw it last week against Tennessee. The Braylon Allen, Breece Hall connection on the field at the same time. Do not be surprised if you see a lot of that today, especially with Breece Hall as a receiver. The Jets really found something with that offense, with that offensive system. I think they will continue to do so because if it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
Well said. And hopefully the Jets can get going because I do think, Nick, if they build a lead early in this game with the crowd behind them, I do see the path to a rout because New England is just not equipped to come back down behind it. The Jets could go up by 2 scores. The game script for New England where they're going to try and run the ball, you're not going to be able to do that if you're down by that many. You throw the game plan out the window at that point, and they don't have the personnel to attack the Jets defense, even with some of the issues with the D-line right now. They don't have the personnel to play, as you said earlier, a shootout against this offense.
No, and I think that's the thing. You get up 14-0 on this Patriots offense. Where are they going to throw the ball to? Their leading receiver right now is KJ Osborne as a receiver. They obviously have Hunter Henry, but the Jets have people to guard Henry. You've got Quincy Williams, who's very good against tight ends. Jamien Sherwood should have a big day today as well, whether CJ Mosley plays or doesn't. We don't know if he's going to be 100%. Tony Adams is having a really, really good start to the 2024 season. The Jets have solutions to essentially every problem that the Patriots can bring out onto a game film, but it goes back to the running game. And this is why I say Jeff Ulbrich, Robert Saleh, they do things a certain way. They want to run their defensive system with their defensive players, and they're going to win in that regard. I want to see an adjustment. I want to see this team understand the opponent and say, okay, they're going to want to run the football on us. Let's pack 8 in the box, 9 in the box, and make sure that doesn't happen. If that's the case, and if the Jets really just collapse the box, collapse the offensive line internally, I think you're looking at a very promising day for both the coaching staff and the roster itself.
I also will say this for the Jet defense. They haven't played a home game yet. And if you look at their season last year, defense finished top 3 in most categories, yards allowed, EPA per play, they were number 1, DVOA, they were number 3. And yeah, the personnel is not what it was at this point last year. But if you look at the Jets defense a year ago, Nick, their best performances all were at home, right? You look at the game against the Eagles. You look at the game against the Chiefs, the Bills. Like you go through the list of the Texans, like the best teams they played when they played them at MetLife. Those were their best defensive performances. They were not as good on the road. Most teams aren't. So I think the fact that they've yet to play a home game and it's a short week, which favors the home team, that bodes well for the Jet defense to have its best game of the season and show up and really make a statement.
Yeah, I would agree. I would also argue that in the second half, and I've said this now on pretty much every show I've been in since Sunday's game, they've got the better personnel on the field now. And we may not like to hear that, but when you have a team and a defense predicated on speed, and one of your leaders on the team, one of your top linebackers, is not the fastest guy anymore, that will hold some people back. And so I look at Jamien Sherwood potentially getting the start tonight. I think he should get the start tonight over CJ Mosley because he's not healthy. I look at this team and how they looked in the second half against Tennessee. And I look at what they were able to do against this Titans roster. And I look and say, they've got the right personnel in there to succeed. It's just a matter of execution now. There's not going to be a linebacker that's trailing behind the play. There's not going to be a linebacker that's struggling in coverage. These are the guys you want for a matchup like this.
It just comes down to if the Jets are the team we think they are, short week against a first-year coach when you have a significant advantage of the most important position at quarterback and really offensive line, the just talent level is not even comparable. You got to win the game. And look, a win's a win, but there's a way they could win tonight that really sends a message that, this team is starting to learn how to be for real, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you always want the win, and I've said this consistently. I really don't care how wins are made, because if you win by 1, if you win by 20, as long as it's in the Super Bowl, who gives a crap? That's really what it just comes down to. So I've never really put much stock into quality wins and how you win matters in the National Football League. That's never been the case. It never will be the case, no matter how people want to push it. It's never been the case. It never will be. But it could go a long way if you're able to beat the Patriots by 20 or 30 points for teams to look at them and say, okay, these are not the same Jets that underachieve, that don't know how to win, that don't know who they are, they don't know their identity. They're a team to be reckoned with. They can do a lot to help their standing tonight against New England.
No doubt. Hit the like button if you're tuning in. There's over 600 of you watching right now, only 100 likes. Let's get those numbers up. Can't wait to meet so many of you at the L5 tailgate. If you're coming through to Jet Life, make sure if you're going to the game, you get into your seats early, Jet fans. 80,000 packing the building. If you try and get in with just 20 minutes till kickoff, you might be late. Don't miss Aaron Rodgers and company running out of the tunnel. It is going to be absolutely electric. Before we get to the Haason Reddick report, we're presented today by my friends at Underdog. And Nick, I'm going to run through it here. All right. I think I have a winning Underdog pick'em entry for this game tonight. All right. So here we go. I gave one out on the show yesterday. Here's one I cooked up this morning. So the freebie, the gimme pick, CeeDee Lamb, total yards, a half a yard. Boom. So that's a freebie. Now, because I picked a player on a different team, I could go all Jets for the next 4. So if you guys like these picks, download the Underdog app right now and use promo code Asman when you sign up, and they'll give you a deposit match up to $1,000. But Greg Zuerlein, extra points made, higher than 1.5. I think the Jets score at least 2 touchdowns. Allen Lazard, higher than 2.5 receptions. He's playing a lot, Nick. He didn't have a ton of looks last week. I think that changes today, especially with Gonzalez being on Sauce Gardner. So higher on receptions for him. Breece Hall, longest rush, 13.5. He had the 26-yard rush last week. He's going to have at least one run, you'd think, where he goes for 15 or more yards. So I'm higher on that. And then here's the last one. And it was tough with Rodgers because they are blowing them out. My fear was if I go higher on the yards or some of the other stuff, what if he's not playing late in the game? So I went with sacks taken under 2.5 because of how well the Jets offensive line has played and how quick Rodgers is going to get the ball out of his hands.
I love all of it. I think the one player that I'd be worried about is probably Breece Hall, because if we've seen one thing with this Patriots defense is they have done a really good job against the run against Seattle and Cincinnati. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I like all these bets here, man. This is solid.
Shout out to Underdog. If you want to make your own picks, download the Underdog app, use code Asman. They're going to give you that deposit match up to $1,000. So check it out, Jet fans. And if you want to draft the fantasy team for just tonight's game, Jets and Pats only, you can do that with Underdog as well. All right. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We'll take your calls, of course, with Nick, as we always do. The latest on Haason Reddick. This is one of the more baffling reports I have ever seen. It comes from Josina Anderson, who I believe is still with CBS Sports. All this on the screen, right? To say absolutely nothing. Seriously, this is what Josina wrote. I will try and read this fast, and you'll see how much is in here that says absolutely nothing. Quote, as of yesterday, I was told there's no update to give. That should have been the end of the tweet, but no. Another source indicated Tuesday there weren't any imminent ripples resulting from the season-ending injury to Jermaine Johnson that they were immediately aware of. The reality is the Jets had their third game in 10 days tomorrow night, with the Patriots in town for Thursday Night Football. After that, the result of said game will provide additional clarity on how the leverage pendulum is tilting. I mean, enough. Additionally, the upcoming rest window will be an optimal time for the organization to reset on their most important objectives for the season and to remember what's at stake for this regime over the same period. I think when a player is leaning on principle, there are a number of situations that can allow them to make their point. For Matthew Judon, it was letting go of the ask in New England and being satisfied with being in a new environment in Atlanta and proving himself elsewhere. In that example, the money ask suddenly gave way to the benefit of changing spaces and giving his services elsewhere. For Haason Reddick, we'll have to see what eventually will be the olive branch that moves him or doesn't. I mean, what is she using? Chat GPT to write the most lengthy and nonsensical, boring, doesn't give you any info report. Her whole tweet could have been, as of yesterday, I was told there's no update to give. That's it. This is a baffling paragraph that says nothing.
I'm not
Dear diary. Oh
I'm not going to question anyone's reporting or anything. I get how
I will. You don't have to. This is nonsense.
I get how this industry works, and trying to get back into it, everything. But I will say, I know there are rumblings of people expecting this to be solved, this Haason Reddick Jets holdout to be solved, because they're going to have extra time. And there was a report, I can't remember who said it where, but someone said something about Reddick not wanting to be around the team for the first, the 3 games in 10 days thing. All of that, I think, is just a bunch of baloney, period, because if you're an all-pro player, if you're looking for a new contract, you want to be able to record as many sacks as possible, regardless if you had a training camp or not. So, ultimately, look, this is the same thing we've been talking about now for months. We know what Reddick wants. We know what the Jets want. The Jets now, in terms of leverage, the leverage situation has changed. Objectively, it's changed. Because when an injury like that happens to Jermaine Johnson, where he's not going to be returning for the rest of the season, you cannot expect the Jets to go in and compete with the Chiefs and the Texans and the Bills with Braden McGregor, Michael Clemens, and Will McDonald. Now, McDonald is a really good player, and you kind of saw that in week 2, but that's it. That's all you have right now on your defensive line along the edge. And you can put Quinnen Williams in outside. You can try different things to help out, but ultimately, you need a quality edge rusher that you can trust to pair alongside Will McDonald, and you just don't have that right now. So the leverage after the Jermaine Johnson injury, as awful as that is, it still gives Haason Reddick a lot of leverage, because now he can go to the Jets and say, you need edge rushing help. I am that player. You traded for me for a reason to be this kind of player. Pay me what I want, and we can get this thing rolling. I think eventually it's going to have to come down to that. Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, these guys are on the hot seat. They need to produce this season. A 10-7, 11-6 wild card year where they lose in the first round will not be good enough to save their jobs. They need to produce as a top team in the AFC this year. It's why you need everyone available. So I personally think whatever the case is of why Reddick wants to sit out these 3 games in 11 days, whatever it is, they're going to have to eventually get it done, because at the end of the day, the Jets don't have another choice.
What do you think gets it done? Because that's the thing. There's no clear, all right, this is what he's asking for. This is what the Jets have offered. We still don't know. And remember, the original reports were, well, they did make him an offer at the time of the trade. Reddick declined it. But when they still made the deal anyway, I'm like, all right, well, they must have been relatively close if the Jets felt comfortable enough to do the deal. That's me giving the Jets too much credit for that one in hindsight, for sure. But just looking at where we are, Nick, what do you think he even wants at this point? Because he's lost so much money. He's not making up the $9 million he's now lost by the end of today.
No, but the idea is the only way that this truly gets resolved, and I mean resolved where a deal is agreed and he's at the facility, Joe Douglas is going to have to figure out what's more important. Do we need Haason Reddick to win, or can we continuously win without him? You were able to do so against the Tennessee Titans, but that was with Jermaine Johnson for most of the game. Without Johnson on the field, if you're able to dominate the Patriots, that's a little feather in the cap of the defensive line saying, hey, we can still be successful without a top edge rusher. We're going to be okay. But if they were to get upset by the Patriots, or they're 2-2 because of a loss to Denver, or they're 3-2 with a loss to Minnesota overseas, whatever is the case, Joe Douglas is going to have to come to the negotiating table and just, in my opinion, swallow his pride a little bit, understand that this is not just about winning a negotiation anymore. It is quite literally about leading the team to their first championship run in decades. You cannot afford to play, to be headstrong and say, hey, we're not going to negotiate with a player until he shows up to the team facility if you don't have anyone else at the position. That's where we're at right now. So I think what changes this is the Johnson injury, but I also think it's going to be Joe Douglas's mindset. If these guys are 3-2 after 5 weeks, they're going to have to make a move, because that's not going to be good enough to compete with the top teams in the AFC this year. Buffalo looks really good to start the season, and they've dealt with injuries themselves. The Jets are going to have to do some finagling here, and I think it really starts with Joe Douglas essentially saying, hey, we did our best. It's not our fault that the leverage changed, but we now have to adjust based on that alteration.
If you were going to get something done, this would be the best time to do it, because he wasn't going to play this week, even if you signed him the day after the Titans game on Monday. So if you get it done tomorrow, let's say, you then get 10 days to potentially have him ready for Denver. And if he's not ready for Denver, you should be able to beat the maybe worst team in the league, the Broncos, in your building, facing a rookie quarterback without him.
Yeah.
You could have him for the Viking game in London, which all of a sudden, with the way Darnold's played, is suddenly a lot more difficult of a game for the Jets. So, like, if you're going to get it done, now's the time to do it. If it doesn't get done here, I don't know when we see him, because I think Haason Reddick might be dumb enough to go full Le'Veon Bell.
If he is, that's his prerogative, because the Jets will own his rights. And they will own his ability to say, hey, you're still a Jet until you show up to the facility. Now, that can happen, and the Jets would not necessarily be wrong to essentially hold out and say, hey, we're not going to trade you. You either show up and play for us, or you're just going to stay on this do not report list over and over again. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because Reddick wants his long-term deal. He's 29 years old. He's coming off 4 really good seasons as an edge rusher. He wants to be paid. If that's the case, he should show up, get the money he's looking for, get that bridge deal signed so he can hit free agency in 2025 while still making a lot of money this year, and then get the long-term extension he's looking for after the season.
How about we do the old Haason Reddick for Bryce Huff
Love
swap?
It. Yes, absolutely. Where do I sign? Where do I sign that contract? We'll give you back the conditional third. We'll take back Haason Reddick. You guys get Bryce Huff, and everyone's happy.
What's the real story with Huff? I mean, I know people in Philly. I'm seeing all the tweets. I listen to talk radio. They're killing the signing, killing the player. I mean, you know the player better than most because you cover the Jets and obviously know the Eagles as well as anyone. What are your thoughts on how that's played out so far?
Well, again, I've said this before. Jet fans are bipolar. One day it's, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. And the very next day it's, everyone needs to be fired. This is ridiculous. Eagle fans are just pathologically negative. And I really feel I'm banging the drum on that, because every single time you watch a game, it's like, okay, what's going to go wrong now? Everything stinks. Life is meaningless, whatever it is. It's week 2. It really is week 2. Eagle fans complaining about the Bryce Huff signing are, in my opinion, really, really dumb, because just 2 years ago, they brought in Haason Reddick on almost the exact same deal. 3-year, $45 million. This year was what? 3-year, $51 million, whatever it was. Haason Reddick recorded like a tackle or 2 in his first 2 games with Philadelphia. And everyone was saying, oh, well, the Haason Reddick signing, it's not working out. Sure, the team is 2-0, but they've done absolutely nothing. They can't stop the run. The pass rush looks anemic. They're doing nothing. And then they went out in the week 3 contest. Reddick had 2.5 sacks. They sacked Carson Wentz 9 times against Washington, and they were able to win that game going away. Reddick goes out and he ends up playing like Defensive Player of the Year candidate. All of it works out a perfect, without any issue. It's week 2. Why the hell are people complaining, and why the hell are people panicking about free agent signings happening this early? Just because Huff hasn't recorded a sack and he's looked bad. No one's denying that he looks bad. He looks horrific right now. But he's also learning a new system. He's also in a defense he's never been in before. I personally think he just needs a little bit more time to actually ingrain himself in the facility, ingrain himself with this defense. And eventually he's going to come out with sacks. And when sacks come, they come in bunches. So while we can say, oh, Bryce Huff, it looks like it's a disaster in Philadelphia, it's week 2. Let's talk in week 10. If this defense for Philadelphia turns it around like they absolutely can, they've got the talent to, and Bryce Huff has 8 or 9 sacks, are we still complaining about this bust of a free agent signing? People are way too reactionary. I consider it like the NBA now. NBA fans are trying to trickle into the NFL fandom, and everyone wants a reaction. Everyone wants a reaction right away, and these reactions must stick for the rest of the year. No one wants to give anyone patience. No one wants to give anyone time to develop. It's ridiculous. Philadelphia fans calling the Bryce Huff signing a bust after 2 weeks is moronic. And personally, yes, the Eagles lost on Monday. It was an egregious loss. That loss is on the defensive line just as much as it is on Saquon Barkley. No one's denying that, but it's week 2 for Christ's sakes. The team's not 0-2. You've got 15 more games left to play. For the love of God, calm the hell down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Faria joining us in his weekly spot. He'll be in the building tonight covering Jets Pats for Athlon Sports. If you're one of the 830 watching live, smash that like button. And more importantly, if you're a Jet fan and you haven't subscribed to the Jake Asman YouTube channel, I actually don't think you're a Jet fan. I'm just going to be honest. I got 38,000 subs. I want to get to 40, then 45, then 1 million. We're skipping all the way that far along. Nick's going to stay on with us for another 25 minutes or so. So make sure you guys write in any questions you have for him. Super chats will cut the line. Turn on gift receipts as well. I have a funny feeling someone's going to make it rain on Jets game day, baby. The memberships will be flowing. I'm going to gift a couple myself in just a bit. Ghost Ackley starts us off with a question. Is Nick calling in from a space station?
I'm calling in from Long Island University in the Brooklyn office. So, yeah, no, just a recording studio. Nice and easy. No issues.
Chef Jets fan says, like and subscribe if you want a Jets win. Yeah, I spoke with Robert Saleh personally this morning, and it was clear from my conversation, if you don't like and subscribe to the channel, Jets won't win tonight. It's that simple. Tom A says, tonight in the parking lot, we need to do a huge Asmaniac group pick of all the live chat family. Absolutely, Tom. Absolutely. That we will. All right, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Before we go to some of your calls, a quick message from John Gruden.
It's J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach. All right, joining us right now is one of the head honchos of the best tailgate that has ever been put together. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to Matt from L5. Hello, Matt.
What's going on? Hey, Nick. Hey, Jake. How's it going?
Matthew, what do we need to know about the tailgate tonight?
Just you don't want to miss the burn. So 6:30, get there. We'll be tailgating. I'm leaving Philadelphia right now, so I live in enemy territory because sorry, Nick, but
that's not enemy territory. We have nothing on each other.
It's not the Eagles team. It's not the Eagles team. It's the fans that give me the most pain from group chats and fantasy. So
okay, I got you.
Not
okay.
you.
Well,
I'm a fan of you.
We can't be annoying.
I'm training up in about an hour. I'll be at the gates at 2:00. Gates open at 3:30. We'll be setting up. So as Jake mentioned, don't try to park right near the pole or across from the pole because we'll be setting up for the tailgate. But get there early. I know people are getting in around 5:00 as well. There's the Fireman Ed event before. But you're going to want to be there for the burn at 6:30. The jersey is a surprise tonight. We're trying something new because maybe things haven't worked out in the past and we got to change up some traditions. There will be a jersey burnt and you're not going to want to miss it.
Thursday night.
Maybe burn the Brady jersey again for old time's sake. Or
which jersey are you guys burning this today? Because there's not many top players on this Patriots team.
And that was the problem is like this team is not good. So why dignify them with any of their mediocre stars? So that's why we have something different planned. It'll definitely be a Patriot jersey. But who knows what name will be on the back. But yeah, no, excited for all the Asmaniacs to join L5. We've been doing it since MetLife started. I joined about 10 years ago. So we're excited to welcome everyone. Jake's experienced it before, so it's going to be a great time. And, we deserve a night like tonight after the years of misery.
Matthew, excellent job by you. I'm looking forward to seeing you and bring the energy, man. It's going to be crazy.
Can't wait. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Matt from L5. So if you're coming out to the game, L5 is the place to be for the fans, by the fans, as my guy CP would say about Knicks fans on his channel. Same thing with Jet fans, man. That's what this channel is all about. M. Jaludi with a super chat to start us off. He cuts the line and goes first. Brees with over 150 rushing yards. Now, this would surprise me because the Pats have been pretty good against the run so far.
Yeah.
Do I think Brees could have over 100 yards from scrimmage? I do, because I could see Brees being an absolute weapon in the passing game again.
I see 150 total, maybe not 150 rushing. The Patriots, they're fundamentally sound on the defensive end, and that's I just don't see that happening. It's just purely rushing.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Maul wants to know, Nick, who's your breakout player tonight?
Yeah, it's a great question. I would say if you're looking for a breakout player, don't be surprised if it's Jamie and Sherwood again. It's not really a true breakout, but I'm talking about a player who can blitz, a player who can cover the tight ends. He can really cement himself today if CJ Mosley doesn't play or if he can't play for long stretches. He can really cement himself as a starting linebacker immediately. I've been on the Jamie and Sherwood fan wagon for a very long time now. It's been 2 years. He's been terrific to start the season. That's my defensive guy. Offensively, at some point, Mike Williams is going to go off. And the Patriots, they're a very good defense. Do not be surprised if you see Mike Williams featured a lot more today than he has been over the last few weeks. As he comes back from the ACL injury, as he gets some trust back in his knee, I think he's going to have a big game today.
Mike Williams, anytime touchdown scorer, was one of the bets I placed yesterday. I just got a feeling, man. I just got a feeling.
Yeah, I think he's due. And listen, the catch again on Sunday, his lone catch, really the lone target of the contest, I think that's going to help set him up nicely for a game like this against the Patriots secondary. He's not going to see Christian Gonzalez the entire time. That's going to be a big difference.
Mr. Reality with a super chat. JD needs to be a grown-up and fix the Reddick mess. I think both sides need to compromise. You know, I think the Jets need to soften the we won't negotiate with the player unless he shows up. And Reddick needs to stop with the I'm not showing up unless I have a new deal. Like, I don't know. Maybe you meet at the Roscoe Diner for old time's sake, bring in Tannenbaum, and he could assist Douglas in getting a deal done because something has to give.
Yeah, listen, it's 100%. I personally think it should be Douglas that just goes, even if it's going to his house and figuring this out. You don't have edge rushers. You're one injury away from playing 3 undrafted free agents as your starting edge rushing depth. That's not good enough in this league. And you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make an adjustment. You already have him on the roster. Just get the deal done and figure this out.
Brian says, any live posts from L5 to get us fans at home pumped up? If you're not on my Discord, you're missing out. You will get a ton of behind the scenes from the entire day at Jet Life. To get access to the Discord, you have to support me on Patreon for just $5 a month, less than a cup of coffee. You not only get Discord access, you save 15% with a promo code in the jakeasman.com merch store. Your name is added to the countdown ticker in the intro. You get bonus shows. I posted 2 shows already this week that are not on YouTube. At least one of them's not. One of them was an early release. So check it out, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. I get asked all the time, Jake, what do you want for your birthday? And I say, Nick, the only thing I want is for you to join the Patreon. Shout out to Joseph Randazzo, MC Nast, and Kenny Strongreen for being our 3 most recent Patreon subscribers. All right, time to get to more of your calls here before we say goodbye to Nick. Let's check in with a guy who flew all the way from Australia to be in the house tonight. Craig in probably Midtown, but somewhere in Manhattan. Hello, Craig.
G'day, mate. I'm in Hell's Kitchen. How's things?
Hey.
If you happen to be on the corner of 44th and 8th, give me a quick wave. I'd love to see you. Hey, Nick, love your content, mate. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I rely on your wisdom from 10,000 miles away. I promise you that.
Appreciate it.
There's a boomerang. It's only a quick call, man. Just wanted to check in. I've actually got to go do laundry now to get through this trip. And I can't wait to see you at L5 and see everyone. It's going to be like nothing I've ever experienced. And my prediction, we're going to come out early. We're going to dominate. The first 2 games were a trend up and a dial in.
Uh-oh. Craig, we lost you. Were you getting a text? Was someone contacting you on the bat phone?
No, sorry about that. Hang on a second. There we go.
We got you.
Sorry, my mum just tried to call me from Italy.
I knew it.
All right, take care, guys. I'll see you all this afternoon.
Craig, see you there. All right, keep rolling with your calls right now. By the way, Craig is the man. Can't say that enough. Him and his wife.
Seems like a great guy.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your phone calls. Let's say hello to Chef Jets. Hello, Chef Jets.
How you doing, Jake? How you doing, Nick?
How's it going?
There's a few things that I want to mention. I hope Nathaniel Hackett today doesn't run all the time. We do have beasts in the backfield, but I think we need to get some Mike Williams work going today in order to defeat the Patriots. You know, I want to see some Patriots down today. I'm tired of losing to them. The only real win that I remember is when we went against them with Fitzpatrick, and we won at the end of the game with the touchdown to the corner. I forgot his fucking name. To Eric Decker. That was a crazy fucking game. I was watching that here at home. But one thing I want to say about Haason Reddick, I hope the coach does talk to the manager about possibly letting down his pride. We do need a rusher on our defense. Our defense has been looking scarce. Our defense isn't terrible, but we do need a better defense for this year in order to go against the Chiefs and all the top teams. I want to see us going to the Super Bowl, even though that's a far ask, but I do want to see us going to the Super Bowl this year. I think we deserve it as Jets fans.
Well, we certainly do, Chef Jeffs, but here's the thing. We got a long way to go before that. This team has not been 2-1 since 2015. Win the game tonight, and let's get set for Denver 10 days from now. That's got to be the mentality. Win, get a nice little mini bye, as Rodgers called it, and go from there.
It's right there for you. You're playing a team not as talented as you, not even close to the level of expertise on the field. This should not be close. I think it could be if the Patriots are able to run the ball effectively, but it should not be close.
Snowball says, can we smash a jar of mayo tonight? I'll say this. I'm not endorsing this, right? I can't tell people to bring mayo and smash it. But I'm also not going to sit here and say I wouldn't laugh hysterically if a bunch of Jet fans showed up to L5 tonight with mayo jars and started smashing it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying I would find it funny if hypothetically it happened.
I mean, I have no comment. I've never seen someone try to smash a jar of mayo. I don't know why someone would. All the power to you guys.
You think Gerard Mayo even likes mayo? Has he ever been asked that?
Oh God. I'll be sure to ask him today when I go to the visiting locker room before Salah speaks.
Andrew Kennedy with a super chat. He cuts the line. Keep sending in the super chats, baby. Let's go. I had a dream last night. Point one, Bree scores 2 touchdowns from the goal line, 1 right up the middle, 1 to the left, set up by a Mike Williams bomb down at the 1. Sign me up for that, Andrew.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed too.
Yeah. Let's go.
Listen, it makes a lot of sense. I think the Patriots want to be a team that forces offenses to go the length of the field in short plays. Does that mean they're always going to give up? They're not going to be able to give up big plays? No, we saw that against Seattle. They were 8. DK Metcalf had a massive catch, was pretty quiet the rest of the day. So I look at where the Jets are, and you have a quarterback that loves 12, 13 play drives that just eat up time possession and just demoralize a defense. This is the perfect matchup for Rodgers, for this Jets offense, to continue to build that chemistry, to continue to build that confidence, and really grow into a top 5 group, because you look at the tape, and they certainly have the potential to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a post-game show very late tonight when I get back from the game. No idea when it's going to start, 11:45, midnight, maybe thereafter. Then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., Joe Beningo's coming on. So Joe B's coming on at 10, win or lose. 3 p.m. tomorrow, the guy whose birthday is today, Fireman Ed, will be on the show. And then tomorrow night, the victory party is at the Hackensack Brewing Company. Joe B has invited me on as his special guest on his live taping of the Oh the Pain podcast Friday night. So if you're in Jersey, if you're in the area, stop by. 7:30, we go live. I'll be there at 7. We'll take pictures with fans, everyone who's coming out. Joe and I are going to have a blast, as long as the Jets win tonight, of course. And we will be celebrating tomorrow night. So if you don't have plans Friday night, or even if you do have plans, change them. Join me and Joe B tomorrow night at the Hackensack Brewing Company in, well, you could figure it out, Hackensack, New Jersey. I'm going to Jersey back-to-back days, Nick. A lot of dirty jerseys for your boy here.
Yeah, good Lord. God bless, man.
No left turns, no pumping of the gas. Wild. Let me see. Just for fun says, drop a like for our man Jake. Thank you, Just for Fun. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel, man. That easy. Click that subscribe button. Takes 2 seconds. Rick Kent with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Rick. Time for me to start my day I'll be watching tonight. Everyone have a blast at the game. Rick, let's go, man. We waited a long time for this. We waited a long time for last opener, and it ended 4 plays in, even though they won the game. Tonight's going to be a movie. Let's go. Got to win. No excuses. Get it done. Andrew Kennedy, he says, I had a dream last night, part 2. Garrett Wilson scores the tutty on the end around. I saw 3 Quinnen dancing bear sack dances and 2 Quincy uppercuts. I do think, by the way, Quinnen could have a big night. David Andrews, the Patriots center, is a little banged up right now. Some of their other offensive linemen have already been ruled out, and they've been lining Quinnen up a little bit more on the edge to give him a chance to maybe, leave a double team and get a one-on-one. I could see Quinnen having a quote-unquote breakout game tonight.
I actually don't. I think quite the opposite.
Really?
He's in a difficult situation right now, and
even with the Pats O-line.
Well, the thing is, if you're the Patriots and you're game planning for this Jets defensive line, who's the player you want to target more than anyone else with Haason Reddick not there? It's going to be Quinnen Williams. Yep. Even if he's lined up at edge, whether he's lined up on the inside, it doesn't really matter. He's going to see a double team. He's being double teamed right now more percentage-wise than he was all in 2023. That is how much teams are focusing on him consistently. So people are going to be upset with the lack of numbers, whatever's going on in that regard. But I got to be honest, it just shows how good Quinnen Williams is. Me saying he's not going to have a big game tonight does not mean he's bad. It just means that the Patriots are going to do everything in their power to make sure Quinnen Williams does not beat them.
Coach James in the house. He's been an Asmaniac. He's been a channel member for 10 months. The players need to start playing up to their potential. If they do that, we win. Let's execute. Jake, I know it's been a while. Asmaniac in Panama. Let's go, man. Let's go, Coach James. Look, the Jets are the better team. Objectively speaking, no one can even argue it. It's just we've seen the Jets, though, win games with Zach Wilson at quarterback the last couple of years. So that doesn't guarantee anything. You got to go out there and you got to find a way to show up and handle your business.
Yeah, no, 100%. I completely agree. And listen, you put up the list of injuries that are currently being dealt with the offensive line. You've got 4 out of 5 right now that are banged up or not playing consistently. I know Andrew says he wants to play. We'll see what happens there. But all signs point to this Jets team dominating today. The Patriots offensive line, when you have all these backups, you need to be able to win. There's just no excuse. There's no excuse for the Jets not to pull off a victory today, let alone a blowout, but not to be able to pull off a victory. There's no excuse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first membership parade has started. It comes from Snowball, who will be at our tailgate tonight. Let's go, Snowball. Yeah. Jesse Davis, Greg Coleman'sberger, Daquan Smalls, and Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez and Raul Cabral. You are all channel members. Here's the thing. If you click on Snowball's name, if you're watching live in the chat, turn on gift receipts, and maybe someone will gift you a channel membership. Peter Castro in the house. He super chats in. On defense, run blitz on offenses, throw deep early. So he wants the Jets to blitz more on defense, if I'm interpreting correctly here.
I wouldn't want them to blitz at all. I just want them to load the box. It's really that simple. If you blitz, you can put yourself in inopportune situations that teams can exploit. If you put them up in the box, you essentially suffocate the Patriots offense before even touching the ground. That's a big difference from what we're talking about, at least in my opinion.
I mean, look, the Patriots, their game plan, it's not going to be a secret. They're going to try and use a 6th offensive lineman on a lot of plays. They're going to use 12 personnel. Connor Rogers, he tweeted that they've used the second highest rate of 12 personnel in the league. So that's 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Like, there's a reason for that. They're going to try and ground and pound and ball control. They don't have the weapons to go up and down the field. But if Brissett doesn't turn it over, they have 0 turnovers through 2 games, and they have a good kicker. They have a good defense. You can stay in games that way. Like, that's especially early on in the season when teams are still shaking out the rust.
100%.
Coach.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's close. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game early on, because if it's like 10-7, 14-10, don't be surprised if that's the case. But in the second half, when teams need to start stretching the field, the Patriots don't have those capabilities. That's where Aaron Rodgers, that's where Mike Williams really could do some damage in the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, the run on memberships might be starting. A 10 spot from Coach James.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
From one coach to another. Let's go. Here we go. 10 names. Peter S., Ryan L., Alexander Arceri, Scott Collins, Jeremiah, JQuest 57. How about that? Coach James messaged me. I'm sending you a hat for getting JQuest's membership. White Mike 2023, Ronnie D, Benny from the Bronx, Jet 107. You are all channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we got about 10 minutes or so left with Nick, a little less. Let's try and rapid fire through some calls. We'll go in order on how they came in. Tony DeFlippo is up next on our show this morning. What's up, Tony?
Hey, Jake, how you guys doing?
Tony, nice hat, brother.
Hey, you like that?
Oh, do I like it? I love it.
Oh, man. Hey,
Your dog likes it too.
my dog likes it too. Yes, that's right. He's very excited about it. Hey, man, super excited about I moved to Nashville about a year ago, and I'm super excited because, man, when I went to Nashville this last week, there was 90% Jet fans in the stands, man. I'm telling you what, it was insane. Hey, do you like my shirt, by the way?
I love it. I love it.
Make the Jets great again. That's right, man. Hey, my sons like to give me like random shirts every once in a while, but hey, when I was in Nashville, all I could see was Jet fans galore, and it was insane, man. I'm super excited about that. It was so much fun. But how are you guys doing, man? You guys ready for tonight?
I am.
Be some time.
I'm anxious, but I'm ready. I'm excited, man. I'm excited, but it's uncharted territory for the Jets to be expected to win against the Patriots. It's wild.
Yeah, I understand that, man. Hey, funny story. My uncle, when my son was 1 year old, my uncle came to California where I used to live, and he told my son, he said, "Hey, you're a Patriots fan. You're a Patriots fan. You're a Patriots fan." And I said, "What the heck's going on over here, man? What are you telling my son he's a Patriots fan for?" And so my son, my oldest son, to this day is still a Patriots fan. But oh man, we're gonna come and get him tonight. We're gonna get him tonight, Jay.
Tony, we'll see you there, my man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Tony checking in. All right, Nick. It's time to bring on the ultimate hype man for your last caller. You ready?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King. King Lowski's next. Hello, King.
Jake, my brother. Jake, my brother. Nick, my brother. Nick, my brother. Even though you a different shade of green, we still love you, my brother. Let me just say this. First and foremost, I want to say happy birthday to the legend, Fireman Ed, the greatest chance of all time. Let me also say this, man. Everybody who's a Jets fan, I wish I was in New York, because I for years, Jake, you've been my therapist. You've been, I don't know how long we've been knowing each other, Jake, but you've been my therapist. You've been my preacher. You've been a lot of things to me, Jake. And tonight, I just want to crush something. I want blood on top of blood. You hear me? I don't care what these doggone Patriots, I don't want, hey, y'all better show up and y'all better be loud, because I don't care who in the building. Them doggone Patriots going down tonight. Y'all can call it a tough game, a gritty game, all y'all want to. Tonight, we gonna squabble. I don't want to hear nothing. Them Jets is coming. This is our first home game. Y'all forget we was on the road for the first two. Now we at home. You best believe we gonna show up and show the hell out. You best believe that Q is gonna put some hands on somebody. I don't give a damn what Nick said. You gonna show up and show out. You can triple team him. You can quadruple team him. He gonna show up and show the hell out. Solomon Thomas, you better do something tonight, son. Will McDonald gonna get us another damn 3 sets. Them damn sucker duck Patriots going down tonight. JTS! 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 JTS!
No notes. Absolutely perfect. Nick, I will
I
see you at the game tonight.
I'm a little concerned for him. If the Jets were able to win the Super Bowl this year, he's got to be on watch for a heart attack. It's the same exact thing that went through me in 2017. Like, man, someone's going to need to watch him in case he has a heart attack. That's all I'm going to say. I've seen this happen live. It happens. I'm concerned now overall.
Well, I could tell you last year before the home opener, right? Walking in, waiting online, my Apple Watch was zzz. I look down, you have an irregular heart rate and it doesn't appear like you're moving. I'm like, oh God.
Here we go.
This
Week
is gonna
one.
be,
Here we go.
It's going to be a night. Nick, I'll see you tonight. If you could stop by L5, the Asmaniacs will hug. And I was going to say hug and kiss you, but I don't know if your wife will like that. So they'll hug you. They'll shake your hand. And I'm sure they'll appreciate thanking you in person for your great coverage of the team.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Faria joining us from the space shuttle at LIU College. Oh, my God. Like the video. Subscribe. Let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going. Des Jet says, give McGregor some snaps, big, and puts pressure on. I mean, we'll see what the edge rotation looks like tonight. Who's going to step up? Can McDonald have another big game? Patriots starting, their backup tackles. Mr. Reality says, double team is no excuse for a $25 million defensive tackle. Earn your money. Second day in a row, Mr. Reality is just killing Quinn Williams. And I don't understand. Like, you got to watch, man. You got to watch and see what's happening here. All right, I'm trying to find. I was going through this today. I think I thought I bookmarked it. He's getting double teamed every play, but he's still being impactful. In fact, on one of the McDonald sacks, the left guard moved so far over to the double team with the left tackle against Quinnen, who was lined up there, that Will McDonald, who was the spy, had a clear lane when Levis couldn't find anyone open and started to take off. McDonald was there to make the sack because Quinnen commands so much attention. So just because he's not having the quote-unquote stats, that does not mean he's not being an impactful player. And he will break out. He's too good of a player not to still put up numbers. Coop says, Braylon Allen over Drake London, LFG Jets. I got no idea for you, Coops. Someone in the chat maybe can help you. I mean, it seems like Drake London's going to get more guaranteed targets than Allen, but Allen broke out last week. John with an Asmaniac super chat can make a statement tonight by looking like a complete team regarding the D-line. We might have to make a move at the deadline for a defensive lineman instead of Tay Adams. Well, I'll tell you what. You might have to do both. I don't think one has anything to do with the other, though, by the way, because I don't think there's any star defensive end that's necessarily going to be available. All right, let's get to more of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the all-time greats is on the line. He's our dear friend. It is great to hear from him. Ricky NY has called in. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, how you doing, Jake? I wish I could be with you guys tonight, at the tailgate. I will not be burning a jersey, but I will be burning something. I guarantee you that. Looking forward to tonight's game. I'm going to say 27-17 Jets and keep our 3-touchdown-a-game streak alive. As for my breakout player of the game, well, that's easy. I just look for the long-haired guy with the most tattoos because Tyler Conklin is going to be the guy that breaks out tonight, will be my prediction. And all you Jets fans, just say no to Mayo because tonight we got some Miracle Whip for that ass. AETS, Jets.
Ricky, great to hear from you, man. I know you're obviously going through a very tough time, but we're all behind you. Thoughts are with you and your family, and I'm so glad you could call in on what's going to be an epic night for our team.
Yeah, this is going to be my actual first full game that I've been able to watch this season. And before I go, I just want to say thank you to you. Thank you to Nick, to Boy Green, to VR. Thank you to the whole Jets community for everything they've done for me and my family. I appreciate all of you.
You're the best, Ricky. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, man. Looking forward to it.
Ricky NY. And I don't know, maybe it's a sign from above, a good sign for the Jets. The Ricky Wi-Fi, that was maybe the best he's ever sounded from that location. That was tremendous. If you didn't think the Jets were going to win after that call, how did they lose? More of your calls right now. This guy looks like he's already on his way to the game. Petey's on the line. What's up, Petey?
Yo, Jake. Going to get a haircut, but wore the headband for you.
I love it.
Bro, I'm so excited. I woke up at 3 this morning. I couldn't get back to bed till almost 6. You know, my kids leave for school a little after 7. And, man, Jake, I was already I'm out of my mind right now. I can't wait to see you guys later. But, Jake, who do you have tonight as your, key to the offense? If there's one player, listen, we know Rodgers hopefully is going to be great. But who's the one guy that you're – by the way, the person just on before praying for you guys and your family.
Absolutely. Yeah, Petey. I feel like they got to get Garrett going early. I know Gonzalez might be on him, but I think Garrett kind of sets the tone. And I look for Mike Williams to have his best game as a Jet tonight. I think the fact they went to him with the game on the line last Sunday, 2nd and 16, he made the play. And then the other incompletion we showed on the film review with Andrew Fialco this week, where it was a laser by Rodgers while being decked by Simmons. And Mike Williams just a little off, diving play, would have been a sick catch, couldn't come up with it. I think they get him more involved tonight. So I think Mike Williams has a breakout, quote-unquote, game with the Jets.
Jake, to a point of that, I posted it on Twitter, after the game. I think the Mike Williams catch was the key to that game, because if you don't convert that, it was 2nd and 16. You're talking about a long field goal. And then Tennessee, they already drove down the field. They were in field goal range, and then that could have been the game-winning touchdown drive for them. So that was an impressive catch by Mike Williams. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And look, he was brought in here to be the number 2. And I think we'll see as the year goes on his role increase. But there's some good opportunities for him tonight. They're going to try and throw, I think, a lot more early. Get him in the game early. It's funny. I was watching John Gruden's breakdown of the game, which is excellent, by the way. Going to try and get Gruden on the show. The thing he talked about is you want to get your star receivers in the game early. So get him and get Garrett involved early.
Jake, enjoy the game. Headband for you, kid.
I love it, Petey. I'll see you tonight, all right?
No doubt.
Let's go. Petey Pablo on his way to a haircut and then Jet Life. Story Lynn, Super Chat, cuts the line. Gibson hasn't scored since the first game last year. Any other options at kick return? I'm nervous for him. Accident waiting to happen. Well, I don't think he's a problem because he hasn't scored a touchdown. Is there anyone better who could do the job? Brent Boyer is an excellent special teams coach. If he's picking Gibson as his returner, I'm going to defer to him. But the issue with Gibson is not that he hasn't scored on a kickoff return since last year. And by the way, it was a punt return. Philly Noodle says, Brissett card en route to burn tonight, baby. All right, you want to light up a Jacoby Brissett card? I'm not going to tell you now. Peter Castro, oh, baby. Peter.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Let's go. Give me a Neil Shuffle. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. 10 names. Thank you, Peter. You're the best, my friend. Guaranteed Jet, Uno Jets, Boris Major, Percy, Justin Harris, David Dean, Drama Free, Jonathan Alvarez, GMB Jeff, Funky Fresh. You guys are all channel members. Welcome. Let's go. Appreciate it. All right, we got to do more of your calls here. This is the final live stream before we kick some Patriot ass, folks. No other way to say it. You heard me mention this guy just before. Ladies and gentlemen, we check in with Neil, who looks ready to go. Hello, Neil.
All right, baby. As you can see, not like Petey. I got my hair cut early. Got my sandwiches. Everything has extra mayo on it because I'm going to eat that sandwich. I'm going to chop that mayo up because that's what we want today, baby. Chop the mayo. Okay? Let's go, baby. And I'm going to tell you something. Filippo, he's not coming to L5, is he? This guy?
He might. He's wearing an Asmaniac hat.
I want that make the Jets great again shirt. I love that shirt, man. I love.
Of course you do.
The Filippo shirt. And I got to tell you, ready to go. We're all tooled up. Keys to, I want Quentin Williams. They put him on the edge a few times in the first 2 games. What I want to see is if he loops around, like what's his name does, the Chiefs guy, Chris Jones. Chris Jones, he starts at the end, and a lot of times he loops into the center.
Yep.
Now, if Quentin Williams loops into the center, there's 2 positives here. One is there's a good chance that he's going to be one-on-one if he loops. Secondly, with a full head of steam, man, he's going to plow down anybody that's in front of him on a loop. And thirdly, he really sets the edge, and he could take on any left tackle one-on-one. And again, I like the fact that if you put Will McDonald next to him, he could loop in, McDonald could loop out. You have a lot of variations. We got to mix it up. We have to load the box. Absolutely. And, I like Ricky's take with Conklin. I want to see a lot of these quick screens. I want to stay outside the tackle box with a lot of screens. The screen game is really something that I think is going to pick up a lot of 5, 6, 10-yard plays and maybe get a break, maybe get a big play out of either Garrett on a screen. We have to get Gibson mixed in there or Corley, and I want to see a lot of these quick screens. I don't want to see Lazard in the middle of the field. I want to see him when we get in the red zone. That's where I want to see Lazard because he's a red zone threat because Rodgers knows where he's going to be. So I don't want to see Lazard between the 20s. I want to see Corley. I want to see Gibson in between the 20s. And then I want to see a lot of screens, a lot of outside the tackle box until the 3rd and 4th quarter. When the defense is a little winded, then we pound them with the running game up the middle, Jake. That's where I see a lot of success. I expect, again, big game. This is it for us. This is the start of our journey to Broadway. This is our journey to Broadway. Fireman Ed, me, all the OGs that have been waiting 56 plus years for this team to get us to a ticker tape parade is beginning tonight.
Now, Neil,
it's it.
Here's the
I
question.
had a dream. I'm like, MLK. He had a dream about this thing, about that thing. I'm dreaming about the convertible on Broadway with confetti pouring down and me jumping on whatever float Aaron Rodgers is on. They can't stop me. I got Rob holding interference. I had the dream.
You are ridiculous. You are insane.
I'm going to hold the security guards back, and I'm going to blitz onto the float with a bottle of Dom Perignon, and me and Aaron Rodgers are going to be drinking Dom Perignon and pouring it on our head. That's what I see. That's the big dream. Not a little dream. Big dreams.
Neil, I will see you tonight. I'm expecting plenty of Neil shuffles in the parking lot.
The shuffle will be on, and I'm going to shuffle around that jersey burn. I'm going to do a big circle around that jersey burn. I'm not going to be there right away. I have to be at a tailgate. I have a very dear friend of mine who I tailgated for years with, Tony Gilberto. Tony was diagnosed with ALS last year. And I got to tell you, one of the greatest guys that I know, one of the biggest Jet fans that I know. He made clothes for Leon Hess and got season tickets as a gift at his wake. And his dream is to see the Jets win a Super Bowl. And I want this team to play for Tony because he is the man. He is super positive. He's been there through thick and thin, and he wants to see a Super Bowl, and I want it for him more than I want anything. And he is good, so I'll be spending some time with him today, and then I'll make my way over to L5 before I go in the stadium for war. I got the gladiators are going to go into the stadium. We're going to be like gladiators going into the Roman Colosseum, and that's it. We better be like lions tonight. I cannot see the Patriots are going to be shitting their pants when they see our pregame. and how many Jet chants in the building go, like we saw last year. How they might be shaking to come out of there, and Mayo is going to be mayonnaise tonight. We are going to destroy this team and take their will away and make them what they're supposed to be, a last place crap bottom feeder for the next 3 or 4 or 5 seasons until I get a quarterback. Jacoby, you better put your roller skates on, my friend. You're going to be running for your life, my friend.
Let's go. I would expect nothing less from a Neil call on game day than the one we just got. Now, I did want to show this before we get back to the calls here. And if you're trying to get in right now, we have 12 people on hold, so we're maxed out. For those saying Quinn Williams is not doing anything, let's watch the film. Now, I'm not Andrew Fialco, but I can tell you I know what I'm watching here. Ready? Watch this play with Levis. So, McDonald, who's highlighted, he's the spy. Okay? His job is to basically stop Levis if he takes off and runs. Quinnen is lined up here on the edge. See this? That's Quinnen Williams. Watch the left tackle. Watch 77, the left guard. Look how far he now goes out to try and double team Q, because Q's the best player on the defense here. Watch. So McDonald's the spy. Levis going through his progressions. No one's open. Good job by the coverage. Look where the left guard is. Look. That's because of the attention Q gets. He's being held too, by the way. And then McDonald, as the spy, does the right thing, picks up the sack right here. I mean, don't tell me Quinnen Williams is not being impactful. He is. The stats might not show it, but that is a play he helped create by his presence. So it's more than just the numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, Paolo became an Asmaniac. He did it the old-fashioned way. He's like, I don't need someone to gift me a membership. I'll do it myself. Thank you, Paolo. Dre Day checks in. I'm on my way. See you in L5. The Pats are going to die. What was the line We the People said yesterday? We're going to be like King George. We want to see a bunch of dead Patriots or something funny like that. The 411 is gifted a channel membership. Oh, baby. Let's find out who got it if I could see it. Listener Matthew C. is now a membership. Let's go. All right. Can we try and rapid fire through some calls? Can we keep everyone's call to under a minute if possible? Let's go to Doug in his room. Hey, Doug.
I can hit rapid fire. 1, stack the box against the Patriots. Just do what teams did against us last year. Dare them to beat you with the ball. 2, there was one Jet fan who said his best remember of beating the Patriots was that 2015 game. How can you forget the 2010 AFC divisional game? Here's
the problem, Doug. That's a long time ago. There's a whole generation of fans who don't even know what that's like.
Connor, the Jets YouTuber kid, he wasn't even alive when that happened, probably.
No, his first season he remembers was Josh McCown in 2017. The kid's 13.
And then 3rd, how do you feel about the Yankees after clinching the playoff spot last?
Look, they're playing their best ball now, which is good. Stay healthy, and it's going to come down. Can Judge and Soto carry the offense? And that's it.
And Weaver has looked really good since.
Yes, he has. Holmes should not be pitching in a tie game ever or a one-run lead.
I don't want him pitching at all in the playoffs. That'd be
no.
Yeah. But can't wait for tonight. Stack the box, make them beat you. Do what teams did against us last year. It's pretty simple, easier said than done, but just do it. And I expect the Jets to murder the Patriots, and I'll be a happy camper.
Give him the Zach Wilson defense. I like it. The 411. Oh, is that? Oh, it was another membership that was gifted. And went to Nick Campo. Thank you, VR. Bang! Bang! Love it. Love it. All right, more calls. Michael Levinson is on the line. Michael, thanks for waiting. You're next. What's up, man?
Hey, Jake. Live in Hackensack, 5 minutes from the brewery. I'll be there tomorrow night.
Let's go.
Coming to Jersey. 2 things I have to say. Number 1, I don't have confidence in Salas back in the box. Every time he needs to do something, he doesn't do it. And number 2, Reddick. Let's just say Douglas caves in. He gives him this year and next year. Okay, but then he says, no, I want a long-term 3-year deal. Do we give it to him?
No, I think there's got to be a compromise on both sides.
Right, and I'm on vacation in Jersey, down the Jersey Shore on the river. I'm coming home tomorrow just to see you guys.
I love it, Michael. We're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, let's go Jets.
Now, did you know about my appearance on Joe's Pod from Joe's Pod, or you found out about it by watching the show?
No, I found out about watching the show, and I watch it when Joe's on, and it's funny. As soon as you said Hackensack, I said, finally, not in New York City, not Manhattan, Long Island, which would take me forever to get there. But, Jersey, Hackensack, I said, I got to go. And it's funny, my best friend's brother-in-law is Mark Malusis.
Oh, really? Love this.
Yeah. So I've seen him and on the shows and stuff like that, and we always talk Jets. So hopefully you can get on the fan, and I'm always listening to you.
I'll tell you what, Michael, no fan for me, but I'm on ESPN New York on Sunday. All right. Listen to the real sports station in this town. 8:80 a.m. ESPN New York app. I'm doing 3 to 6:25 before Mets baseball on Sunday night. So that's my next radio show. But I appreciate it. Moose is a really good dude. I got to know him a little bit when I was at the Fan as a producer, and he's been on the show before. Let's get to more of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is one of the OGs of this channel. Earlier, he made his presence felt with 10 channel memberships. We say hello to Peter Castro. What's up, Peter? Peter? Peter, we can't hear you. Can't hear you. Here's the latest episode of Peterverse Technology, everyone. It's always fun. If you're new to the show, this is what it's all about. Do you know sign language, Peter? Uh-oh. The wife's getting involved. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Does Technology, brought to you by Maybe Your Business. Do you want to sponsor this segment? All right. I'm a capitalist. I need more money. Peter Does Technology is brought to you by potentially you. This is a great angle of Peter right now. You can really see what's happening. Hey, Peter. Peekaboo. How you doing? We can't hear you. Your mic might not be connected. Go into settings and maybe connect the mic. No? Do you know sign language, Peter? Look up how to do JETS in sign language. This is why Peter sent me a $500 super chat about Lizardi. Just doesn't know how to do anything. ISU says for $500, Jake, you get your mic to work. Right, go $500 video chat right here. I mean, this is the best. Peter, I'll continue to do the show as you try and work through this. Hennessy says, I want to see Gibson run one back tonight. Me too. I would like to recreate everything from last year, minus Aaron Rodgers being done for the season. All right? Win no matter what. Give me a big Brees night, a big Garrett night, defense playing well, and a Gibson touchdown. I'll take everything from last year besides the season-ending injury that happened on the fourth play of the game to Aaron Rodgers. Everything else was great, besides the biggest thing of all. Peter's wife is now on board here. How we doing? It sounds like you guys can hear me. Is that correct? Not if you hear me. Okay. So we can't hear you. So maybe reset the StreamYard, Peter, and we'll bring you back in right away. All right? We'll try that. Hit like the refresh button on the laptop and we'll get you back on. Let's say hello to Tim from Fishland, who's next. Hey, Tim.
What's going on, Jake? Happy belated birthday. What number was it?
It was 47, Tim. I'm an old man.
47. About to say, yeah, I don't know about that. You look pretty young.
I appreciate it. Man.
I expect vintage Rodgers tonight. I really do. I think he's got his legs underneath him, and he's going to come out, throwing seeds out there. But all the Jet fans that are going to be at that game tonight, if Jets win, and you hear somebody getting their freaky on, we already know who it is, Mr. Paul Boy. Green.
Oh, boy. Oh,
boy. So, be loud, fellas. I wish I could be up there. I'll be cheering down here in Fishland. So have fun.
Tim, all the love, my friend. I appreciate it. It's going to be a night. We waited a long time for this exact situation. Home opener, crowd going crazy, and the Patriots. Waited a long time. The Jets are the better team. No excuse. Get it done. I know it's a lot of travel. Like, it's unfair if you think about it. Like, it's actually historic that the Jets played Monday night and then had a short week on the road. I think Samini said it's never happened. And then how many times does that team then have another short week on Thursday? So it's like, if you get the 2-1 after this stretch, you feel great about your changes going forward. All right. We want a fun post-game show later for not just me, but for this guy too.
So we're going to get into all of it here. Again, my name is Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. We come 2 hours after every final whistle here for the post-game show. And I'm going to be honest. The only good thing that happened to me late tonight, early this morning, was making sweet, passionate love to my fiance, which I did. After the article was written and that kind of stuff. That's the only good thing that happened. Not great. Terrible.
I mean, we need a win.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
We need a win. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from AD has come through the pipeline. Lazard over under 31 yards on PP. What you going with? What's PP? It sounded wrong. I think Alan Lazard does have more than 31 receiving yards, if that's what you're referring to. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can get this guy with audio that works. We say hello to Peter Castro and his wife, who joins us now. Hello, Peter. Peter. Hello. Peter. Peter. we can't hear him. Peter. I do love the facial expressions, Peter. I mean, that's giving me some passion. Hello. Peter. Peter, it's tough to hear you. And by tough, we can't hear you at all. Peter, do you hear this? Sounds like he hears the alarm based on the laugh there. Peter? Peter? Peter, what if you took out a notepad and used some buzzwords for some of your takes? Orb says, Peter, I'll fix your sound. 500. Look, we're having a tough time hearing Peter. There's no doubt. But stand by. I could play you one of Peter's takes from the past.
Our coaching staff stinks. The team is never prepared. They're undisciplined. They make a million mistakes. And the coaching staff is terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing. Hackett and him are like having two drug addicts on the sidelines. They're no good. And if Rodgers doesn't fix this, we're all going to kill ourselves. What happens after Rodgers? They have no plan for that. It's going to be 10 more years of being the shit.
Yeah. Peter Castro, everybody. Peter, maybe try from your phone. That might work. We'll come back to him. Joe Rod says, I hope the Reddick tweet is good news for us. Did I miss a Haason Reddick tweet? Let's check. Haason Reddick. Let's see. Trying to find it. God will always make a way. That was the tweet. Do we have a deal? Because this would be the day to get a deal done. Show up, Haason. Play football for the team that could use you. And then if you play well, guess what's going to happen? Someone's going to pay you. It might even be the Jets because Jermaine Johnson now has an Achilles, which means maybe he's not 100% at the start of next year. So you're now even more valuable. Just an idea. That tweet could mean anything, though. I mean, I hate the cryptic stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to more of your calls. Let's say hello to Johnny Boy. Hello, Johnny. Johnny, your mic is muted. And you're gone. Let's go to JT. He's already at MetLife. Hey, JT.
Hey, is my mic muted?
No, I hear you, JT.
Oh, word. Okay, cool. Maybe Peter and Johnny can give us their takes at L5 tonight when there's not technology in the way. I'll make it real quick, though, because I know you're trying to rapid fire. I just want to get some hype going, baby. Let's go. We're going to smash those Patriots tonight, baby. Jets, 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 Jets. And go Yankees, too, by the way.
Let's go. JT. Bringing it. Bring in it to the program. Peter Castro just wrote in, put the link up. Well, it's pinned, but I'll post it again. Lewis with a super chat. He cuts the line. Are you concerned / wondering with the lack of Conklin and Ruckert? Well, Ruckert would have had a touchdown if he ran the right route last week. Conklin, I am surprised he's not involved more. I am. Because every camp I went to this summer, every practice I went to at training camp, Conklin was featured a lot. He made a lot of plays. So I am surprised. Maybe he breaks out tonight. It's only 2 games, right? It's only 2 games. And we all overanalyze everything because that's what we do, right? I talk about this team every day, the entire year. So we all kind of break down everything. It's a very small sample size still. Ryan McCarthy, $10 super chat. Ryan, I want to thank you for your contribution to the program. The super chats are the lifeline of allowing me to continue to do this show full time like I've been doing now for second full season. Last time the Jets played the Pats in a primetime game was the Ghost game. Let's extinguish those ghosts tonight. Also, shout out to the fan who gifted me a channel membership. Go Jets. So it actually wasn't the Ghost game. They played the Jets. They played the Pats in primetime on a Monday night in 2020 at MetLife. Cam Newton was the quarterback. The Jets had a big lead and they blew it late. And I was actually thrilled because I was rooting against the Jets. Once they started 0-3 that year, or 0-4, it was after they lost the Thursday night game to Denver against Brett Rippon when I said to myself, this coach has to go. They're never going to win with him. Trevor Lawrence is coming out. That's the only future. New coach, new quarterback, move on. And they played the Pats that year on a Monday night, and they sucked. They had a big lead, though, and then they blew it. Flacco was the quarterback for the Jets then. I think Darnold was hurt. But they haven't played the Pats in primetime, I don't think, since then. Zach Asman writes in, Jake, are you going to the game later? I'm thinking about it. Zach Asman says, would love to see you at the L5 tailgate. Speaking of Zach.
He stinks! Yep.
1, 2, 3! You're fired.
Suck it, truthers.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your super chats. T-Town says, happy birthday, Jake. I say it late, so you have one more wish. I appreciate it, T-Town. I appreciate it. I think we're caught up on super chats here. Neil in the chat is giving some advice to Peter Castro from one OG to another. Peter, your Wi-Fi is slow. Maybe you need to reset your Wi-Fi. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter appears to have called in from his mobile device. And we say hello to the great Peter Castro once again. Hello, Peter.
Everything's working on my phone, but nothing works on a computer. Nothing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Okay, Jake, getting back to football. All
Are
right.
you good, Peter? We were worried. Your wife seemed very stressed.
Yo, forget it. I was ready to throw the computer through the window. I had enough of that bullshit. Well, it should be a button you push and I go right in. But they got the confused. I can't see anything. But anyway, I'm kind of this is kind of bringing back memories to me of what Joe Douglas did with Zach Wilson last year after Aaron Rodgers went down. You know, it's like radio silence for too long. Like he took forever to find another quarterback. Then he comes up with Simeon. You know, wasn't he call Reddick in and stop the horse shit? Give him 2 years and let's get it over with. All right? We need him. And he's doing the same thing he did last year. And as far as Quentin Williams goes, they're triple teaming him. What is this guy kidding? They're double and triple teaming him. And what do you think O'Donnell got the sack for? O'Donnell's 5 yards behind him. He's got three guys blocking him. Is he blind? I mean, come on. I've been watching the line, and Quentin Williams getting double and triple teamed every time he plays, every time he goes. And we're going to win tonight. We're going to win big. You're in for a shock. I think we're going to win 31-10.
31-10.
Game's going to be over by the crowd is going to be so loud tonight. It's going to be like Yankee Stadium, the 7th game of a World Series. It's going to be so loud that the Patriots aren't going to be able to think straight like me.
Peter, I love the takes. I'm thrilled that you were able to figure out how to call in today.
I'm glad I was able to call in. It took me long enough.
You're the
now
man.
I got to go fight with, and now I got to go inside and fight with her.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Peter Castro, the man, the myth, the legend. Speaking of legends, this guy, Quentin Williams, pretty good. Quentin Williams? Any relation to Quentin? Both Peter and Neil refer to him as Quentin. I love it. Or Quentin. Quentin Williams. That's what it was. I love it. Peter's a good man. Thanks for the membership gifts, Peter, and the super chats for the birthday yesterday. You're the best. Hit the like button if you're tuning in. We still got 772 people watching. This fan base is juiced up, man. We're 90 minutes into the show. How many people are staying up late for the post-game show tonight with me when I get back from Jet Life? Could be late. And then we got Joe B at 10 a.m. Fireman Ed at 3. It's all happening. All of it is happening. You wouldn't believe what is happening, but it's happening. AR returns to MetLife tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good about it. It's been a long time since I took the field at Jet Life, so be a lot of emotions for sure. But we're thankfully already into the 3rd game of the season. Played 2 full games. Body feels good. So, well, as good as it can on a short week. Yeah, it'll be fun to be out there with the crowd. And night games. I love night games, so excited about it. Not, no one's real crazy about Thursday games, but everybody loves the weekend after the Thursday games.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a member of my Discord, Matthew Volpe is selling 2 tickets in section 221A, row 11 for $175 a piece. 2 tickets, section 221A, row 11, $175 a piece. If you want those tickets, contact Matthew Volpe on the Discord. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella is on the line. What's up, big fella?
Hey, Jake, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Jet fans, are you ready? Let's go. Jet fans, we got to get in there early. We got to make them hear us on the fucking space station. We gotta bring our energy for the team today. Kick some Patriot ass. Just like Weed said, let's be like George, whatever the fuck he was, and let's see some dead Patriots.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
My bad. Anyway, Jake, do you see Leonard Taylor getting some playing time today?
I think he'll be active.
You think so? That's good, because I was hoping that we would have him instead of Jalen Holmes, but since JJ went down, I think that he should be the next guy up, right?
Well, JJ's so good against the run. I feel like I don't know. He might not be active, actually. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. All
right.
I don't know, man. I'm just ready for this game, ready to see you in L5 and ready to just, kick some ass tonight. That's it.
That's all that needs to happen. An ass whooping.
Yeah, get in there early. Let's make the Patriots feel it. All right, let's have them quaking in their boots. I haven't said that in a while. Shit.
The defense is going to play well, I think, because of the energy from the crowd. It's going to be a big part of it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And just imagine we get a sack on like their first possession, that building's going to explode.
Oh yeah, I remember last year, right? JFM had the sack early in the game, and then the incompletion to DJ Reed when Reed was matched up with Diggs. The crowd was insane on that first roar on the third down stop.
Yeah, so like I said, get in there early, get all your drinking done before you go in there, and let's go. Not sloppy drunk. Let's get crazy tonight, people.
Let's
Jake,
go, big fella.
I'll see you later, my man.
Let's go. Let's go. Jets are asking everyone to get to their seats early. I'm just relaying the message. You got 80,000 people on a weeknight trying to get in. It's not going to be easy, so get in early. Don't wait around. You want to watch Rodgers come out. It's going to be a special moment. As someone who was there last year for it, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Last year, I flew in from Houston when I was still working down there to be at the game. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We go to Johnny Boy, who's next. Let's see if we can hear him this time. Hey, Johnny.
Jake, my bro, what's good, man?
What's up, Johnny?
Bro, cannot wait for today. All Jet fans, get over there. I need you guys to be loud, super proud with it. And my daughter, she wanted to get on your show because she wanted to say a chant. Riley, you ready?
Jets, Jets.
Yeah, let's go, Riley.
Let's go, bro. Can't wait to see you, dog.
Johnny, let's go, baby. It's gonna be an event of all events.
Oh yeah, keg toss and all. Jake, I got you, bro. We're bringing it back to them college days.
Let's go, Johnny. I love it. Safe travels to Jet Life. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Trying to look something up real quick. Let's see if I got a good nugget here. Aaron Rodgers has a passer rating of 105.7 with 4,385 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions in 17 career games on Thursday nights in his career. That's insane. I mean, like, really any Rodgers stat you're going to look up is going to be nuts because he's one of the greatest of all time. But that's insane. Let's see the last time Rodgers played on Thursday night. Last time he played on Thursday night was November 17th, 2022 against the Titans. Now, Tennessee won that game. Derrick Henry went nuts that day. But Rodgers had great numbers. He was 24 of 39, 227 through the air, 2 touchdowns, no picks, quarterback rating of 95. Yeah, I mean, doesn't say the career record, though. That's what Aaron Rodgers' career. I gave you the stats. Let's see the career record now. Aaron Rodgers is 11-6 on Thursdays in his career. I'll take it. Mother effing Chew wrote in, I just lost my membership mid-show. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mother effing Chew needs a channel membership, folks. I was actually told by Woody Johnson himself that he can't see the Jets winning unless Mother effing Chew gets gifted another membership. I'm just passing it along. Peter Castro wrote in, testing, Jake. Peter, does that mean you want me to go back to you? I see you're on your computer now. Are we trying to live test the laptop? Hey, Peter. How's the couch? No, I can't hear you. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter versus Technology brought to you by, it could be your sponsor. It could be your business. All right? I'm telling you. More calls right now. Let's say hello to Jaden D'Angelo, who's hanging out with Charles Gorman last night. What's up, Jaden?
Yeah, it was a great night last night. I just one thing I'm trying to say here, trying to take a nap, and I cannot wait for this game tonight.
Take a nap. What time did you get home last night?
Like 2:30. Went to
Wow.
bed at 4. Woke up at 8, and yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to meet everybody, and obviously can't wait for the game.
Jaden, it's
Yeah,
going down.
let's go.
Uh,
Just
Let's
oh,
go, Jaden.
no.
Let's go. Now, Charles was not out till 4:30 in the morning for the record. But he did link up with Nick Shine, Jaden. They got together last night. How do I know this? Because I received a FaceTime last night. And who was on the other end of the FaceTime? But none other than Charles Eugene M. Gorman. Tremendous angles of Charles as well. Kings stay kings, man. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls now. We say hello to Kyle Clifton. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Jake? Fired up for the game.
Are you going?
No, I'm not going. I was leasing season tickets for about 10 years in the old stadium. I went once a month with a big group. I miss it, to be honest with you. I got one defensive point and one offensive point. We'll start with the defensive point. If Quinnen isn't the best player on the team, then Sauce is. They're 1A and 1B. I think that most people think that, right? On a short week like this, with their offensive line banged up, even Andrews, if he plays, I think this is the week he breaks out. I can see that entirely.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's a game wrecker. Nothing has changed in that regard. I'm not ready to write him off after 2 games. He's been quiet sack-wise before. I think this is the night tonight on a short week. Also on a short week, Mike Williams. I think we're rightly focusing on him. I don't know if Gonzalez is going to travel with Garrett because of the size problems that Williams provides. If you had Jones covering Williams, he's 5'9", and Williams is 6'4". That's a big problem on the boundary. So hopefully we'll be able to get 2 or 3 shots that are big chunk plays on the boundary tonight, and that'll set us up for the running game. And I'm fired up. I think this is going to be – I'm going to change out of this blue nonsense before the game tonight so we can get into some green. Rest assured.
Kyle, I love it.
I appreciate the time. Have a great time.
You're the man. Kyle Clifton, everybody. One of our great regulars. Speaking of our regulars, ladies and gentlemen, this guy will be in the building tonight. And before he gets into the building, he'll be hanging out with the Asmaniacs at the tailgate L5. Here we go. Dre, the Patriot Killer, is up next. What's up, Dre?
What's going on, Jake, my brother? I apologize for crappy audio if that's what you're getting right now.
Yes,
but
it is.
We're going. I apologize. I tried to do the speakerphone thing and I can't hear it, so I was like, all right, that doesn't work. Nothing too fancy. You already know what the vibes are. I'm coming in. I'm already dressed and ready to go. I'll be getting the trek down to Jet Life in about 45 minutes. I'm excited to see Johnny, VR, the whole crew. I'm gonna stop off and see our boy Nick Shine and Boy Green, and then I'm coming through to the tailgate. I'm probably parking straight at the hotel, and I'm just gonna take the Uber over because I think you mentioned the Uber drop off is right next to L5, and that'll probably be easier to me. Probably a lot cheaper than paying for parking.
I don't know that. I don't think I mentioned that. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, okay.
It might be. I have no idea.
Either way, I'm gonna make my way to the stadium. I don't care if I had to walk all the way around that with my bad knee. You know, we're gonna make it happen. I can't wait to be in the building with all my fellow Asmaniacs and all of my Jet fans as we destroy and start a whole new streak with these damn Patriots. When we had Bill Parcells, and then we beat them like 6 straight times. That's the kind of dominance that I'm looking for tonight. And Garrett Wilson is going to go off. 28 touchdown island, maybe in a little bit of jeopardy. But I have faith that A-Rod is going to just set all the wrong things right, and Garrett Wilson is going to go off tonight. So for those of you who have him in fantasy, you better have him locked and loaded in the starting position.
Trey, we will see you in a few short hours. Love it. Love it. 741 still watching. Only 440 likes. Click the thumbs up button. It's free. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? You not like the Jets? Because we talk Jets every day, 365 days a year. A year. Seriously. Also, for those who are maybe new to the show, find me a radio show, internet show, podcast, blog. That's going to give you the guest we got you every week. Joe B, Mondays after every game. Tomorrow, Joe B on a Friday, 10 a.m. Joe's coming on. Fireman Ed every Friday. He's joining us at 3 p.m. tomorrow, the day after his birthday, which is today, and the Jet home opener. Will Pa every Monday afternoons. Robbie every Tuesday mornings. Fialco with the film review Tuesday afternoons. Parles every Wednesday afternoon. Nick Faria every Thursday at 10. That's the show you're watching now. Fireman Ed, I already mentioned him. He's coming on tomorrow. Again, I'll say it. And Boy Green's coming on Saturday this week. Post-game shows after every game. Can't wait. If you haven't joined the Patreon yet, you're missing out. If you want info about a bunch of events being planned for those going to London, you're going to want to connect to the Patreon and join the Discord. It's included with your membership. Only way to get on. We have an event I'm doing in London that I will be announcing in the coming days. Saturday night before Jets-Vikings. And there's other events for Jet fans too, including tailgates for the actual game on Sunday, October 6th. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Sign up right now. It's $5, people. Less than a cup of coffee. And you get all the perks, including a bonus show that I dropped yesterday and an early release to another show that's airing later. Sco checks in. I will see y'all at L5. Let's go, Sco. Ladies and gentlemen, Harvey with a $2 super chat. He'll be in the building tonight. We gifted Harvey some tickets a couple months back. Listener Walter was inspired by Harvey's amazing story, and Harvey's going to the game tonight. Let's go. More calls right now. Philip's on the line. What's up, Philip?
1 second, Jake. Hold on. I'm at work, so I'm probably not supposed to do this. Don't tell my boss. Oh! J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go! No warning.
Let's go, Philip. Let's go. Where are you working? He's gone. All right. Short and sweet. We'll never know. Incredible. More calls right now. Joining us on the line is Indomable. What's up, my friend?
Jake, man, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Man, I'm glad to call you, man. Long time listener, first time caller, man. I've been following you since you were in Houston, 8,000 followers. I'm so glad, man. Just like King Lowski says, you are our therapist, our preacher, and I'm glad to watch you every day. Both shows, man. I work on the road, so you are like therapy every day.
Thank you, man.
I just got three quick points. The first one, for those saying that Quinn and Williams is not making a difference, man, any sport that you look at, being good, you make everybody around you better. For instance, like JJ last year had such a good year because of Quinn's presence. Look at Will McDonald last week. So let's not be harsh on him. He's having a good year. It's not showing on the stat sheet. The second one, we need to start fast, man, on both sides of the ball. Historically, the past 15 years, the Jets were mad slow on offense to start. And also on the defense, we need to set the tone right away. Unlike last week when Tennessee was kind of running the ball up and down. And lastly, yesterday, one of your guests, I think it was Paulo, he said that even if it's a 21-7 win, it's going to be fine. No. We got to win and make a statement. 35-10, we need to show the league. We need to put everybody on notice, just like the 2009, 2010 Jets used to do. You know, beat the good teams and make a good statement, like the Colts, like the Patriots back in the day with Manning and Brady. So tonight's game needs to be a statement game to put the league on notice that the Jets are for real this year. And thank you again for taking the call. And I'll try to call more often now that I got the whole of how to call, my brother.
I love it. I appreciate it, man. Great call. Love the passion. I think the best thing you said there, the thing I've talked about this week, and even Aaron Rodgers talked about the other day, start fast. Don't wait till the third quarter to get going or the end of the first half. If you go up early on the Patriots, they're not built to come back. They're built to play a low-scoring, grind-you-out game. Brissett's not going to turn the ball over. The Patriots haven't turned the ball over at all this season. And it's only 2 games, but still, like, they're not going to give you freebies. Like, Brissett doesn't have the mobility that, let's say, Will Levis has. We saw that a couple times lead to Tennessee moving the ball because Levis just took off and ran. But he's also not going to give you the 2 dumb turnovers that Levis gave you. The interception was just a great play by Eccles, but the fumble on the sack that technically went to McDonald, like, that's not Brissett. He's not going to do that. So start fast. Because they don't have weapons, man. They had 3 receptions from a receiver last week. And the Jets have DJ Reed back, Sauce is Sauce, and Michael Carter's elite. Philip says he works in a factory in upstate New York. Well, we could tell it's a factory. I couldn't tell what it was, though. That was awesome. Calls have been outrageous today. Ladies and gentlemen, he's calling his shot. Peter Castro says, Jake, try again. Peter, hello. Peter? No, we don't hear you. Now, Peter, are you going into settings and then you hit the audio button and making sure you're connecting to the thing that says MacBook Pro microphone or whatever your computer is, using just the standard mic that comes with your computer? These are the questions we have. I hear something. Peter? Peter's like a DeLorean of some sort right now. He's in a time machine. I'm just going to lay out. We're just going to watch together, people. And he's gone. All right, our next emoji needs to be someone screenshot what we just saw from Peter Frozen. I need the outline of Peter just looking into blank space. That's an emoji that will get a lot of memberships, and we will get that up. I'll put that on a t-shirt at jakeasman.com if I have to. I mean, I know a winning emoji when I see one. All right, I can picture it now, folks. The Peter Castro Edgemo, the Peter Castro emoji t-shirt in the Jake Asman store. Look at this. You don't think people would buy a shirt with Peter Castro's face on it? Come on now. I know I would. All right. This is my personal favorite, though. The King Lowski emoji is my favorite. I think it looks sick on a shirt. I will add. You've never been to my merch store. Go right now. All right. jakeasman.com/shop. Stop what you're doing and go to jakeasman.com/shop. If you're a Patreon member, take advantage of the fact you get 15% off on all the items. Mugs, hats, t-shirts, you name it. We have it. And if you're wearing Asmaniac gear to the tailgate later, I'm giving you extra swag. All right, I got some cool stuff I'm going to be giving out, so come find me. I mean, look at this line of merch, people. Come on now. It's all happening. All right. Back to the calls and the chats. Stay on a little while longer here. Our final stream before the home opener. Lasso writes in, How is Lasso not a member? We got to get him a membership. Lasso's one of the greats. Brees Hall over 4.5 receptions is plus 103. I see it. I see the vision. I think Brees could be a weapon in the backfield tonight as a receiver. John wants to know, did Peter buy Bobby's old computer? Maybe he did. Ladies and gentlemen, we will not stop until Peter can figure out how to call in from his laptop. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter is back and he joins us on the show. Hello, Peter. Peter. Hey, Peter, how are you? I cannot hear you, no. Trying to read your lips, though. But I'm not John Boy. I'm not very good at this. Peter? Peter? Peter, have you thought about learning sign language? His internet is so bad. He's so pixelated. But I believe that was an attempt at a jet chat. All right, Chad, I have a question. Things worse than Peter Castro's internet. I'll go first. The Jets offense the last 3 years. And he's gone. Captain Swanson says Jets win 19-13 tonight in a field goal battle. Well, I do have Greg DeLeg on my fantasy team, but I need some touchdowns. Rob V writes in, Ricky NY's internet or Peter Castro, who wins? Ricky's internet was actually the best it's ever been today. So by recency bias, I got to go with Ricky. ISU says, things worse than Peter Castro's internet. Mr. Reality. Things worse than Peter Castro's internet. Gary's food takes. Zach Wilson is worse than Peter's internet. Peter says restarting internet. I almost feel like I got to stay on to try and see the epic conclusion here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jet Set for Life joins us now. Hello, Jet Set.
Jake, you picked like the worst time to pick me. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, short and sweet for us Jet fans. Opportunity like this, the dreams are made of, man. I hope we go out there and kick New England's ass back to Boston. Jets, Jets.
Jet Set, I appreciate it, my man. Duncan says gas station pizza or Peter's internet. Might have to go with gas station pizza. Man. John writes in, YouTube took Peter's PC in payback for the $4.99 Lazard Super Chat refund. Now that is a take I support. Chris writes in, Peter will help if you look more confused. Damn. All right. While we wait, let's check in with Nate, parentheses Nate. That rhymed. Hello, Nate.
Nate does rhyme, indeed. How are you, Jake? I am. It's almost like it's not real that it's here. I was more excited yesterday than I was today. It's just like it needs to be here. I'll be meeting Craig and Mark Ferraro in a couple hours and heading out to the stadium together. And then
I love it. You guys are commuting?
Yep, we're commuting, and then we'll stop at Nick's tailgate, and then we'll head to yours probably for the jersey burn and all that.
Are you driving the crew?
No, I'm not that crazy. I want to get home before midnight. I don't want to sit in the parking lot, but I'll use everyone else's tailgates and cars and all the good stuff, and I will.
Wait, you take the train?
Yeah, taking the train for sure.
Wait, so the train, I haven't done the train in years. The train is you go to Penn and then you take NJ Transit. And it's like 2 stops, or it's like it's like a transfer.
It's 2 train. You take any train to Secaucus. They all say it when you get to the board. Anything that says SEC, you get on that train. And then once you get to Secaucus, follow all the Jets fans. There's one train that goes like a shuttle train almost that goes right to the stadium. So you do have to transfer. And a tip for all the pros, you only have to pay for New Jersey to Secaucus for $4. And then you scan that ticket and you get on the MetLife for free round trip for people that are taking the train. Game tonight. I'm getting
there's a game tonight?
Feelings of the Jets Patriots. I don't know if you remember this when Rex Ryan made the phone call in 2009 and left a voicemail for all the season ticket holders. Granted, like it's not that Patriots with Tom Brady and Randy Moss and like they were coming off their undefeated whatever, but it's the same feeling of just like one of your last callers said it, who called in for the first time. He had a good call in the car. Like we got to make a statement tonight. Like I just don't, another 17-14 is not going to get anyone convinced. And not that I feel like I need convincing at this point too. I want to just kill him tonight. Like I obviously want to win by 2 scores. In my opinion, there shouldn't be any reason that we don't win by 2 scores. Like we have the much better team. They're missing their left tackle and their left guard. So my eyes will be on the D line again. Obviously, it would be regardless if they weren't missing 2 starters, but like our guys, if they're good enough, or Tack or any of these guys, they're also going against backup. So like they should be able to make plays. If you're going against a left tackle and left guard, you're going against a backup. I don't care where you are in the depth chart, you should be able to make a play. So if our D line doesn't look good today, that would concern me. And then obviously, Jake, the only way we lose this game is, like I said, versus the Titans, is if we get outcoached. If we lose this game, it's not because of 3 turnovers. And honestly, it's not even if Ramondre Stevenson does run the ball down our throats, we should still be able to beat them. Like we can play man-to-man against Jalen Polk and Bobby Jones and whoever their wideouts are. Sauce and our corner should be able to cover them. Like adjustments have to be made. If we're not winning this game, I don't want to see cover 3, cover 4, and they're finding seams in our secondary and play man, stack the box, stop the run. I got to see from Solid. I don't want to see something from the team and obviously Solid today. Like I said, if they lose the game, I'm obviously going to think it's the coaching's fault. Like they got a rookie head coach. They've got Jacoby Brissett. We have Aaron Rodgers. We have a 5th-year coach. We have the better defense. We have the better secondary. We have the best offensive line. We have no injuries on the offensive line. They have 2. They're missing their captain at middle linebacker. Granted, so are we, but we have better backups. Like it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
I agree. I mean, talent-wise, not even close. Now, the coaching. I mean, if they lose, it's a terrible look for a head coach that I've tried to be patient with and give the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, I've said it. They got to win this year. Otherwise, you won't be here. This is a game you got to win. If you want to win the AFC East, you have to go at least 4-2 in division. And these were 2 of the 4. This is the first of the hopefully 2 you take. You have to beat the Patriots. I mean, Brissett's not a bad quarterback, but he's a guy that you should beat on a short week when you're at home. You're going to have the crowd behind you, and you have Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's enough said. Really, you could break down this game, any matchup you want. It comes down to one team's got Aaron Rodgers, the other team's got a journeyman in Brissett. And if this game is close, like last week was in Tennessee, when it came down to it, Rodgers was Rodgers. Will Levis turned it over twice. That's oftentimes the difference in every football game, who your quarterback is. Can they rise to the occasion late? And Aaron did. Levis couldn't. If it's close tonight, you feel like it will be scary, but the Jets should win because they have Aaron Rodgers.
I agree. Like we obviously should win the next 2 games, and I hate being the guy because like a win is win in the NFL, right? We went on the road last week. That's huge. But it's like I want to be convinced the next 2 weeks that Saleh is our guy this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to squeak out against the Patriots. I don't want to come back against Jared Stidham or whoever is playing quarterback against the Broncos at home and like Aaron sneaks out a drive at the end and we win the game. I want to be convinced the next 2 weeks, like, all right, we have the coach. We got let's move forward now. Let's keep it going. If I just don't want to be in question with this coaching staff at all. And it's like we know what's coming tonight. It's gonna be Hunter Henry. It's gonna be the running back. It better not be the wide receivers. Like again, we know what's coming. On a positive note, Jake, shout out to the Jets fans. Congratulations on Braylon Allen bringing home another belt for Rookie of the Week. That was just
he
confirmed
won
this morning.
That's awesome.
He won. Obviously,
He beat out Marvin Harrison Jr. That's great.
He beat out Marvin Harrison. He beat out. There were a bunch of big 1st-round picks that were on the poll to vote for this week, and Braylon Allen took it home. So shout out again to the Jets fans, and I will see you in T-minus 4 hours or so.
Nate, parentheses, Nate, checking in. Love it. Love it. Let's go.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Happy birthday, Ed. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not heard from this guy in quite a while. Which means it's the first time I could play his intro that we've had just sitting here for months.
Scott calling in. Ah! Whoa, what's the matter? What the hell is that?
Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for the intro. It's wonderful. We got more talent on this show, your show, than South Park. But I want to say something before the game. You do great things on the microphone. You're much better as a person off the mic. You know what I'm talking about. It's a compliment.
Thanks, Scott.
You're doing great things. Thank you. And same thing with like Boom and Gator. Yeah, I was thinking, like Metallica, all the top bands, about a 10-year span, the Beatles, Stones, they made all their music in about 10, 12 years. All of them. Gator comes up with this stuff all the time, singing, writing, skits. Boom, all the time. Now, tonight, let's start with some offense. I want to see different formations. I want to see Braylon and Brees on the field at the same time. Why? You put Brees outside, you put Braylon back at the backfield, make a motion. All you have to do is just, if you can't run the ball inside, you can't run it outside all the time. It's just a precursor. You run inside A, B gaps, you move it outside C to D gaps. You take what the defense gives you, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards. You put Brees Hall in like a quick pitch, quick slant. You have a Wilson or any receiver blocking for him. I'll take that matchup. A matchup is a matchup. It depends on how you get it. Doesn't matter. And when was the last time we actually had us, after the first quarter, 10-0? Early second, 10-13. It's a passing league. We're built differently, guys. We're not going to, there's going to be times we score 20, 30. I could see us 30, 40 points. Nothing from Corley. Mike Williams is coming along. AVT had a bad game in 49ers. Look what he does now. Tyron's an animal. You didn't see Bosa at all. What I'm saying is just spread the offense out. Make them think, make them move. Just even if you feel field goal position, do we have a kicker? An unsung hero is our man Thomas Morstead. He's booting the ball 50 yards with no return. 0. He's getting guys or gunners to come down. The second tier guys, the wave doesn't get him, but he's holding it down. You got Zerline. He's good. From 50, 52, 55, I'll take it. Not every time. Not every kicker can. And I think defensively, we're a little bit slight undersized on the line. It's going to take everybody. I know Jermaine's out, but McClendon and the other guy, and even Taylor up the gut. It can't be Quinn and Williams. It's a big question up every single play. It's going to take everybody, but I think just get out early for one time. And you haven't had anything from Corley, nothing from Mike Williams, not yet, not yet. This team is, and you say, well, they didn't play their starters in the preseason. We got 3 games in 11 days. That's a lot of snaps for every position. That's depth. You bring back Conor McGregor. We said that months ago. Yes, we like it. Interior help, yep. Tackle help. Olu, our first-round pick, hasn't even played. And you're saying, well, that's a luxury pick. No, it isn't. Look, we have more Achilles tendon tears than we do have wins in the last 5 games. And this team is not as good as Kansas City, Baltimore, Cincinnati. Burrow's hurt. Forget this. He was hurting his arms. You can look on the field. He's hurting. Give Aaron Rodgers quick hots to work with. A quick dump. Look at what he did with Brandon Allen. Nope, kid, you're going that way, behind his back. That's school ground stuff that you just have to have at that particular fast NFL level. And I want to say something else. The mass media doesn't like us. They all have their takes on us, this and that. You tell me that last play, or you look at the one where he went to Braylon Allen and said, go that way. Look at the throw he made to Brees. What a great catch. He has a bad football IQ. Yours is better. Mine's not. It's not even close. And I'm not even mass media. I'm nobody. I'm just a duck man that chases all of the ducks.
You're not a nobody, Scott. Now, how is everything with you? We haven't heard from you in a couple of months. I've seen you in the chat, but you haven't called in a few months.
Yeah, no, I haven't been feeling. I had to go to the hospital again. Chest pain and severe dehydration.
You better
This
now?
is the first
Sorry to hear that.
couple of days. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I know you're sincere, so thank you. For the first time in like a month and a half, I'm starting to feel about 75 to 85%. I had to go to hospital. I had an AKG done on my heart. I took a bag of IV, and the practitioner said, you had the IV, it's working. I said, no. So things worked out. Things were negative, which is good. We had guys had Korea, and a guy, Ricky. I don't know what's going on, but hope you're better, buddy. And everyone traveling. Things are getting hot, but it's just still here, guys. So sorry, I haven't wanted to talk to you. I just like listening to people. And I'm tired of the mass media other than yourself. Guys like never, always slow. Joe Blewett. He's always slow with his takes. Joe Blewett, always fast.
You don't like Joe?
Buffalo. No, I like Joe. I'm just saying always slow Joe because he's always so. Yeah. Buffalo fans just, hey, guys, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever we get our hands on, not all the time, but we're thinking about it. I mean, I had all this stuff written down I wanted to talk about.
You made a lot of good points. It was you were like a methodical Neil, whereas Neil just kind of rambles. You had 13 points, but you knew where you were going.
Yes, and here's the thing, first down, guys, offensively and defensively. I know they can run with Stevenson. They're going to run us. They can gash us. We give up. You got to give up something, just like Bobby Fischer said, it told Boom. A chess player, you have to give up squares to get squares. Doesn't mean you can always run up the gut. Sometimes it's outside. Sometimes it's a quick out pass. Garrett Wilson catches. He's got hands, dude. That dude can catch. It doesn't matter if you're in his face, just like basketball. You put your hand in my face, I get my shot up. I don't care. He's one of those. And you got this kid, Braylon Allen. He's only 20. I don't know how he fell through the cracks. I know he's a third down running back. You don't get first down running backs. Your first round draft pick. The kid can block. I don't know what happened in personal life. I'm not saying nothing bad. Maybe his age. This kid is gonna be something. And you put him with Brees.
I can tell you what happened. They changed the scheme at Wisconsin. So the scheme he was in when he excelled his first couple of years, it was a different offense. So his numbers went down, but the Jets were like, we have a similar scheme. We think he could be a really good player for us. And they were right. Give the front office credit.
Yep, absolutely. And here's the thing. I've never watched the Pat McAfee show. The first time I ever watched it, my man was on. Kurt Warner. What did he talk about? Protection. Big guys on big guys. You got to pick up the blitz. How do I move my protection? What defenders compromise? Who's my influencer? Who are my hot receivers on any play? You just have to have something ready, just a 2-yard dump, 3-yard dump, keep the chains moving. Put pressure on them, make them move. Make them think about something. You saw we had our middle linebacker and our outside linebacker guard 2 guys way out in the flat. There's places wide open across the league. There's missed assignments all over the place. Not even that, just, Aaron, nope. Let's just do not a no huddle. Just get right up to the line. Not a hurry up offense, just no huddle. I like who I have. I like my offense of personnel. You take me on.
Now, Scott, some questions for you. Do you own green color glasses? The red is throwing me off with the Patriots in town tonight.
I'll go purple.
Okay. That works.
And I detest the Jet Gate, the liars, New England. Like you, I detest them. Everyone hates Dallas. I hate them. Sorry. Nothing physical, nothing to hurt, just on the field. I hope we beat them 50-0. It'd be wonderful.
Your hair looks great today too, Scott. Do we have the bun in right now?
No, I took it out.
It looks tremendous.
I took it out, man. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
You look like Marge Simpson.
Oh, homie. Okay, Marge. Yeah, but it's like this is the time for one lucky ride. I'm not saying a Super Bowl. I'm not saying, we win a playoff game. If you look up and down the roster, look, Sitman, Titman, Olu, Tyron's an animal. AVT's just getting started. He just started.
By the way, Scott, you
Aaron
were big into fixing the O-line. How about Tyron Smith? It's all on the hips, baby.
That dude is smooth. And the thing about him, he's a long body and he has long ass arms. Sorry. When he touches a guy, because left tackle, I learned, you don't grab him inside. You grab him by the bicep and then you work him inside because it's going to slide up. When he touches, engages into hand-to-hand combat, he doesn't get moved back. He's solid. And Aaron knows that dude is going to take that extra second, just like AVT, Sitman, and Moses. That's not a bad lineup on anything you want to talk about in the league. And you can say, what, Saints, Dallas, look at all these guys scoring points. What happens when the elements show up? What happens when you have to go late into like Green Bay, New York, it's raining, windy, Buffalo, it's windy, it's -10, 25-degree weather. Braylon and Brees and Akawanda, he's going to have to help out too. Can't have those two. Takes everybody. We're built right. We're not going to score a lot of points. It's going to be a lot of close games, I think, unless we get out early. That's my take.
Scott, it was great to hear from you. You were missed on this channel. I'm glad health-wise you're doing a lot better, and you got to start calling again more often, all right?
Yeah, I will, but I like, everyone who's traveling, everyone who's here. Like I said, Jake, you're doing great things on the air. You're much better off the air. That's a compliment. You just don't get too huge. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be, just take it for what it is. And I got to say this. Can we please have a Colin take on how bad Aaron's IQ is after we just witnessed breakdown of game tape? May we?
It's true.
Ladies
and gentlemen, Scott with his return to the program on the day of the home opener.
Oh, man. You're really scared of Scott.
That hair is fucking crazy.
Thank you, Scott. Great to hear from you. Great to hear from you. We needed some more memberships so we could bring back the Scott hair emoji. We took it down. We hadn't heard from him in months. Neil writes in, we need a Neil shuffle shirt. We can work on that. I don't know if I read this super chat, so I'll read it again. Reality is all our games will be tough. I mean, it's the NFL, man. We saw the Saints go into Dallas and destroy them. The Ravens were a 10-point underdog or favorite, and they lost at home to the Raiders. Like, nothing's a given for the Jets. They got to handle their business. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Castro wants back in. Will it work? We will find out right now. Hello, Peter. Peter and his lovely wife, Joanne. We see them. They hear us. We can't hear them. Neil says, Peter, I think it's your computer. Go buy a new one. Hi, Joanne. And they're gone. Ladies and gentlemen, we got time for one more call. It's been a stream of 2 hours and 18 minutes and counting. So please hit the like button if you haven't. If you need last-second tickets tonight, use promo code Jake Asman at checkout. You'll save $20. I know a bunch of you haven't bought tickets yet. You're waiting. Use the promo code, and I'll save you $20. You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, our final caller before I head over to L5 and meet the Asmaniacs and get ready for a night we'll be talking about for the rest of our lives. We say hello to Rob, the Jet fan from Glenhead. Hello, Rob. He's ready. He's ready to Neil shuffle, baby.
There we go, Neil, for you, buddy. It's all you. This is for Nia. Kumba. Let's go. Jake, we're getting ready here, buddy. Here we go. The cooler is right there. We got a bottle here of Tito's. Neil is bringing the sandwiches. We're going to get over there. We're going to kick some Patriot ass. Let's go! J-E-T-S! Jets! 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 Let's fucking go!
It's J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Let's go. I love it. Rob, I will see you in a few hours. It is all happening, folks. All of it. All of it is happening tonight at L5.
Thursday night.
Let's go, baby. Enough said. Jets got to win tonight. Get it done. You're the better team. We waited a long time to spank the Patriots in a game that truly matters. Have not beaten them at home since December of 2015, the Fitzpatrick game. Time to win. No excuse. No excuse. It's Aaron Rodgers against Jacoby Brissett. It's this roster versus the Patriots roster. Got to get it done. I will be live on the post-game show late tonight when I get back from the game. It could start after midnight, maybe before. I don't know. We'll see what the traffic situation is like coming back from Jet Life. Tomorrow morning, Beningo coming on the program at 10 a.m. Fireman Ed coming on the program. At 3 p.m., I'm doing Joe B's podcast live from the Hackensack Brewing Company tomorrow night at 7:30. So celebrate a Jet win with me in person tomorrow night if you can make it out to the Hackensack Brewing Company. All right. At the buzzer here, some memberships were just gifted. Ladies and gentlemen, Maurice Skies checks in with a 5 spot of channel memberships. Let's go. Ross, Devin, Andrew Bach, David, Atlanta Jets fan, you all just received some channel memberships at the buzzer. Let's go. Let's go. Enough said. Ladies and gentlemen, looking forward to seeing all of you later today who are making it out to the game, meeting many of you for the first time. It's going to be fun. Do me a favor. If you want updates in real time, join the Patreon, get in the Discord. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter right now, at Jake Asman. And I'll make sure I tweet when I'm locked into L5 and any additional information that comes up. All right, I'm posting my link to my Twitter in the live chat right now. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to all the callers. You guys were great. Everyone who super chatted, gifted a membership. Tremendous job by all of you. Thanks to Nick Faria for joining us in his weekly spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we waited a long time for tonight. I will see all of you at Jet Life. Jets, 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 Jets. F the Patriots. Let's go.
I do love that about Jets fans. You know what I mean? They care so damn much. And this has been a shit season for sure. But we will be back. Hell yeah.
Look, guys, I don't know how else to say this. Fact of the matter is the team has almost no chance to win this week unless you click on the like button. Also, be sure you're subscribed to the Jake Asman Show. Let's do this. Go Jets.
Jets, 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 Jets! You're a degenerate gambler, and you're in your mid-50s. Who bets on the Jets? Have you not learned anything about betting? The Jets are going to come back! No, they're not! They're never going to come back! They're never going to come back!
Hey, Bills Mafia! You're in the wrong stadium, you friggin' a-hole!
guys football fans? I think the Pats could take the conference this year. I mean, the Dolphins are overrated and the Jets are choke artists.
I wouldn't say that, Mr. Deeds.
Why is that, though?
You own the Jets, Deeds.
I do? Whoa. That sucks.
You think that scares me? I'm not scared of you, you pansy.
Yeah, I put my whole fist through your face, Jeff Riggin. Hey, home.
Hey, keep moving, you hump.
Who do you want to win? The goddamn Jets.
Let's go.
RELAX. Relax.